play design, and strategy. Now, today's playbooks are structured, detailed, and precise. But beyond the intellect, football is basically a violent team sport. Pat Hill has a mission statement in his left pocket for Fresno State to play tough, hard-nosed, aggressive, fundamental football with fanatical effort as long as it takes to win and leave no doubt. His team does have his personality. They will play anyone, anywhere, anytime. This team has an attitude, and they are not intimidated by anyone.
All right, thanks very much, Greg Sager. We're going to find that out this afternoon and tonight as the day and evening progresses. The weather absolutely perfect for football. Just a tad under 70 degrees, humidity 45%, a little breeze of about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and it is expected to stay that way. Fresno State won the toss, to defer. Looking into the shadows, about 2 yards deep, Patrick Chung. Over the 10 to the 20-yard line, and that's where he's going to take a seat. They'll probably mark it back at the 19-yard line. And we'll get our 15-yard line. We'll get our first look at this spread offense. Kellen Clemens, his third offensive coordinator since he's been here. He's mobile, he's accurate, but he's a guy that completes 60% of his passes, Charles.
He's been very accurate since the time he took over as the starter. Remember when he was sharing the position with Jason Fife and finally emerged as the starting quarterback. 15 and 11 as a starter. That's the only blemish to his record at Oregon. He would love to up that number today to 16 in the win column.
You can see three wide receivers to the right already. One to the left. Terrence Whitehead joins Kellen Clemens in the backfield. And he'll swing it out to Whitehead. A 1,000-yard rusher gets through. He's got the sideline picked up out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 29-yard line. Josh Shirley coming up to make the stop, the junior out of Bakersfield, California.
Got a nice block from number 60, Max Unger, on the corner, which allowed him to make the play. Watch to the right of your screen as he runs the swing pass. Unger is the tackle to the near side, number 60. Right here. Gets a good block. That helps out. And then a nice move by Terrence Whitehead, number 24. The tailback position is essentially all his tonight, with Jonathan Stewart out with an ankle injury.
Well, he had 44 receptions last year, the second leading receiver on this team. He is a dual threat. Pick up a 14 on the play. First and 10 from the 29. They'll keep it on the ground, getting up to about the 30-yard line. Let's take a look at the rest of this Oregon spread offense. The youngest line under Mike Bellotti ever. Anoka Lewis is at center. He's been a starter for 2 years. In the wide receiver spot, Demetrius Williams is really the go-to guy. He's already matched his touchdown receptions from last season. He's probably one of 11 guys, Charles, who are going to have receptions tonight as we take a look at Mike Bellotti in his 11th year. Only USC has won more games during Bellotti's time here at Oregon. Very successful coach. Second down, we'll call it 8. The option. It wasn't pretty, but it does pick up a couple of yards. Whitehead on the pitch. And the Fresno defense, they're committed to the 4-3. The line starts a couple of sophomores and a redshirt freshman. Jason Shirley, the second-year guy from Fontana, California, came into his own last year during the bowl. Dwayne Andrews is in the middle. He's the heart of the linebacking core. And in the secondary, Richard Marshall is the leader of a very experienced group. He had 3 interceptions for touchdowns last year. Third down and 4 for the Oregon offense. He's playing out to Cameron Colvin. Penalty flag is thrown as he's ushered out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. He'll lose about a yard on the play. Juan Dials, the senior out of Tulare, California, on the stop.
Might have had a hold outside on the block on Marcus McCauley, number 17, the corner, who got underneath the screen and forced the play so well for Fresno State.
Joe Strickers is our official here from the Pac-10. Like Bellotti told us yesterday, let's listen in first.
On the offense, penalties decline, that'll be 4.
This is a validation game for this Oregon team. They're not sure how good they are at 2-0.
What they want to find out is not just how good they are, but how tough they are today. Because they're going against one of the hard-nosed teams in the United States in Fresno State. It's interesting to hear Oregon talk about matching Fresno State's intensity and their toughness as opposed to someone matching theirs. That's what Oregon has to find out tonight.
And Matt Dragic is set to kick it away. Trying to get rid of the ball quicker at about 2.1 seconds in a new formation. And it's a short kick. Clifton Smith, who is very dangerous, won't even have a chance to return it. And they'll mark it out at about the 40-yard line. 27 yards on the kick. Not a good effort. And you're giving Fresno State excellent field position. Now the offense, the pro set. Paul Pinniger, a senior from Woodland, California, was the MVP of the Bulldogs' bowl victory over Virginia. Had 5 touchdown passes in that game. He is so efficient with the football. And the crowd already gearing it up.
If they run right at him, Ron, or if they want to go play action and get deep early.
There's the play action, and they are going to go deep early. Aaron Gibson is there on the coverage, but it's taken away by Paul Williams. Now we told you he's going to have to stretch the defense and keep that Duck defense honest, and he burns them.
And what happened on this play is that Paul Williams just went over the top and took the ball from number 5, Aaron Gibson. Aaron Gibson had excellent position inside, but Paul Williams just went over the top and decided the ball was hit. Great play competing for the football by the wide receiver, Paul Williams, number 1.
Look for Fresno State to try to really use that advantage. Paul Williams on Aaron Gibson all night tonight. Now we've got a whistle. I think that the chains are all tangled up on the far side.
There's plenty of excitement for the first offensive play for Fresno State. Quick recap already, Ron. You couldn't ask for a better defensive series for Fresno State. Saved the first play of the game to Terrence Whitehead. Then they got the short punt in great field position. Tested them early with Paul Williams going over the experienced corner Aaron Gibson for a huge yardage. And now they've got the ball 1st and 10 deep in the Ducks territory.
Well, you know, we talk about the smash mouth football, but what that does, too, is that allows them to exploit a secondary. We saw it happen right there.
And what Oregon has talked about all week long is being able to match their toughness. So you're thinking about safeties, getting into the box to help with the run game. So what Fresno did was fake the run game and tested them on the corner where the corners are on an island in that type of coverage.
The I formation for Fresno State. Wendell Mathis. Oshon Burkett. Pinniger into the flat. Complete down to about the 12-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 6 on the play. Let's take a look at the rest of that Fresno State offense. Not a big offensive line, but let me tell you, my friends, they get after people, especially the right guard. Brian Wendell was a freshman All-American last season. He's outstanding in the wide receiver spot. Paul Williams, we saw him, a junior, strong, fast. He's going to keep this defense honest. 2nd down and about 4. Already knocking on the door, Fresno State. Mathis stacked up at the 10-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 1 on the play. J.D. Nelson came up to make the first hit. The junior out of Mountain View, California. That Oregon defense is a 4-3, but it looks like a 4-4. Haloti Ngata is one of the most dominating defensive tackles in all of college football. He'll play on Sunday. Anthony Trucks listed as a strong safety, but really an outside linebacker. And the secondary spot, J.D. Nelson, a free safety. He's one of the tough guys in this defense. Mathis is the lone setback on 3rd down and 3. Pinniger has some pressure over the middle. Pass is incomplete. No flag. Intended for Joe Fernandez, the junior out of Morgan Hills, California. Patrick Chung was on the coverage.
Field goal time for Fresno State because of what the defensive back do. There's Chung, number 15. They're playing essentially what they call quarters defense. Settling down, not getting too deep because they know they have the end line behind them to protect them. Just settling into each quarter of the field and breaking on the ball. Nice play by Patrick Chung.
Well, Coach Spitzer, only 1 field goal attempt his career. It was this year. It was good, the kick. And he's got his first field goal as a Fresno State Bulldog. It goes down as 27-yarder. So Fresno State lights it up early with Pinniger hitting Williams, but they settle for the field goal. We have played about 3 minutes of quarter number 1. The Bulldogs lead the Ducks.
He teaches high school geography in Tucson. She's a mom, balancing work and what's for dinner. And this is Take On Orbitz, the game that pits other travel services against Orbitz.com.
Today's contestants need a 4-star hotel in Manhattan near Central Park. Ready? Go. That new Orbitz neighborhood matrix makes it easy to find the right hotel.
Next time, Orbitz.
Like the Bulldogs, the Martin Chevrolet team delivers the winning play. I'm Jerry Martins, inviting you to join in the strength of our winning team when you make your next car, truck, or SUV purchase. We'll make it happen. People all over the valley know us for trucks like the Chevy Silverado and SUVs, including the Tahoe, Trailblazer, and Suburban. Catch a great deal at Martin Chevrolet, and we'll treat you right.
Fresno State Bulldogs take to the battlefield as the Red Wave crashes against University of Oregon Ducks at Oregon, live on TBS. There are thousands of people on this team, and you're one of them. If you can't be there in person, be there with Comcast. For ticket information, go to GoBulldogs.com or call 485-TICKS. Watch the home team right in your living room September 17th at 4 p.m. Brought to you in part by GMC.
Support the Bulldogs when we're away. Watch us on Comcast Cable.
Fresno State has won 4 straight versus teams in the BCS. Their last loss came to Oklahoma a couple of weeks ago, and right now they are leading Oregon by a field goal 3-0, along with Charles Davis and Craig Sager. I'm Ron Tulin. If you look at Pat Hill, the head coach of Fresno State in his 9th year, 53 years old, 65 wins is the second most in Fresno State history. Only Jim Sweeney has more with 143, and Pat was actually an assistant in the coach Sweeney. It's going to be about 7 yards deep. Patrick Chung's just going to take a knee. Let's take a look at the keys on this game for Oregon. First of all, Charles.
Well, Kellen Clemens' decision-making today, both in the run game, the pass game, and taking care of the football, will be key. They need their tailbacks to get going. Terrence Whitehead comes into this game averaging just 2.6 yards per rush, averaged 5.7 last year. And they've been in the red zone a lot this year, but have been getting field goals. Paul Martinez, 11 of 12. They need touchdowns, not field goals. 7 times against Montana in the first half. 5 field goals out of those drives.
Well, they've got 2 passes and 2 runs so far tonight. They're averaging 48 passes and about 37 runs. Alan Clemens on the option. Oh, he takes a hit as he gets up to the 22-yard line. That's something we talked to Kellen about yesterday, because when you go to this offense, your quarterback is going to get hit, but they actually talked to Urban Meyer about this.
And what he says is that he doesn't mind these hits as much, I should say, because he feels like he's going to see most of them coming in the run game. The hits that he and most quarterbacks fear are back in the pocket, the blindside shot, where they have no chance to protect themselves. Nice shot by Shirley, 97, but Kellen did see it coming, able to absorb the blow and bounce sideways.
Spoken as a true cornerback. He doesn't mind it too much.
He doesn't mind too much.
He doesn't mind it too much. He keeps it. This time he finds the seam, and he's able to get up over the 28-yard line to the 29-yard line. Emmanuel Sanchez on the stop. Let's check it down with Craig Sager with more on Kellen Clemens. Thanks.
Well, they're talking to Kellen Clemens about when and how to go down if he is running the option. They said to him, you have to know when and how to go down. The key is to have a fervent desire to be in on the next play.
That's a good way of putting it. You have a fervent desire to live. Third down and 1. Over the right side, they got the first down. And then some. Whitehead, Tyrone Culver was holding on for dear life. But Whitehead using that 224 yards, and I think Mike Bellotti probably likes to see a little bit more of that. Whitehead came into camp, wasn't in great shape, got hurt. They're needing him to explode.
And what they will like about that run was the explosiveness at the end. We talked a couple times already about how physical we expect Fresno to be. Terrence Whitehead carried the punch to Fresno on that run and moved the pile forward instead of taking the shot and going sideways or backwards.
First and 10 from the 35. This time straight ahead running up over the 40 to the 41-yard line again. It is Whitehead. Dwayne Andrews, that middle linebacker. Honorable mention all whack last year on the stop. 21 yards plus already rushing in this game for the Duck offense.
The big key for Oregon, they got Kalani Masoon back in the lineup. The junior college transfer has been plagued by a hamstring injury. He's quite a load inside and paved the way on the last run.
How about 6'6", 340 pounds?
Before breakfast.
That's before breakfast. Finley in motion. They'll keep it straight ahead running. Obviously, we're figuring out Oregon's game plan right off the bat.
But what they need to do in the spread, you notice the first series, they tried to come out wide. Running the option, getting Kellen Clemens, trying to get him to the corner, Whitehead with a quick screen. Now they're trying to hit back inside because with the spread, you try and use your receivers to spread the field by formation against the defense and allows for your linemen to have better one-on-one blocks inside against less people. You always hear about 8 in the box. In the spread, you're trying to make it more like 6 in the box.
A couple of tight ends on 3rd down and 2. Clemens trying to stretch the defense. Fresno State doing a nice job. Clemens gets caught up in his own guys, and he's going to lose about a yard or 2 on the play. The first hit is leveled by Jason Shirley. Very strong physical nose tackle. Dwayne Andrews was also in on the stop. Good defensive stance by Fresno.
Watch the ratio between Kellen Clemens, the quarterback, and his pitch guy. See how close they are together? That's too close. The pitch guy needs to be a little bit deeper, bow out a little bit, so you actually have space for Clemens either turn up field or pitch it wide. If he's that close, there's no sense in pitching it. Fresno State strung it out and made a nice play, forcing another punt.
Here's the second time in as many weeks we've seen this rather odd formation on punts. No one has returned a punt yet against Oregon, and again, it's not a very good pitch, so that's probably one of the reasons why. This is going to bounce, stop right at about the 27-yard line. Well, Dragic is averaging about 37 yards a game. This one goes 31. Now the Ducks are here. So are we. And Fresno leads by a field goal.
I take a lot of pride in my defense. I want the ball to get hit to me all the time. If you don't play good defense, you ain't got a chance to win the game. This is why I play the game.
CBS is the reason you watch. League home run leader Andrew Jones looks to strengthen his case for NL MVP as he and the Braves take aim at the Mets. Braves, Mets, Sunday at 1 with enhanced coverage on Braves CBS Extra.
For all the years of dedication, nights gone without sleep, and lives you've touched, we exist to serve you. TIAA-CREF, helping to build the financial portfolios of those in the academic, medical, cultural, and research fields. Visit us online to find out how we can serve you. TIAA-CREF, financial services for the greater good.
Feeling excluded, left out. Think you haven't got what it takes. Think again. This is the Kia Spectra.
And the Spectra 5, cars you can all get into. Everyone has the right to a 10-year warranty and 6 airbags. No one should accept less from the man. People, it's 2005. The Velvet Rope has come down.
The Kia Spectra at a price everyone can get into, starting around $11,500 after cash back.
Take a look at the keys to the game, sponsored by Orts for Fresno State, Charles.
Must be aggressive on defense. One of the things the spread offense does is naturally take away aggressiveness because you're worried about the option game hurting you if you blitz. If you're Fresno, be true to your personality. Go after them. Run game on both sides. Pound the ball when you have it for Fresno and stop Oregon's run game. Don't let the tailbacks get started. And kick return. So far, Clifton Smith has not gotten his hands on the ball in punt returns. He's so dangerous.
See if Fresno State goes back to that play action. Nope, they'll keep it straight ahead running. The Oregon defense is there. You know, you talk about an aggressive defense. Oregon has to be that way. They gave up 282 points last year as a team, but that's the same as the offense scored, 282. They put an emphasis on being more physical on defense this year.
Well, you pointed out exactly why they were 5 and 6 last year. When you balance out your offensive numbers versus your defensive numbers, that really hurts. Look at this so far this year, though. The first team not allowed any second half points. No meaningful points against their defense in the second half of games thus far. But Fresno State is a real jump up in competition tonight.
And we saw exactly what Oregon wanted to do, limit teams to like 2 or 3 yards on first down. Not so much their lack of success on third down. And Fresno State's going to have to call a timeout, some confusion, because that correlates to what they do on first down.
Yeah, what you've got to do on first down is either, if you're on offense, make the yards necessary to keep ahead of the chains. If you're on defense, you want to stuff them on first down so that third down becomes third and long.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
Love your everyday purchases with Love the Double from Chase.
Just the two of us.
Love them because now they give you double. Double rewards. Double cash back. Double travel points. Double the stuff you love. Love the Double. Only from Chase.
What do you feel like tonight? Chicken or beef?
Whatever.
Just pick one.
Want more variety?
Welcome to Chili's.
Hurry in at Chili's now for our new Triple Dipper Dinner for just $9.99. Build your own full meal from 7 of Chili's dippable favorites, like our famous boneless buffalo wings, new Chipotle lobster rolls, or our new hot spinach and artichoke dip. New Triple Dipper Dinner, just $9.99 for a limited time. Come on, live a little.
At Local Lot Car Rental, will match anything Hertz can give you locally.
Almost there. Almost there. What's going on?
Of course, some restrictions apply. I mean, who do you think we are, Hertz?
Hertz Local Edition has over 1,000 locations. We'll come and get you, and you can drive anywhere. No strings attached. It's your trip. Rent wisely.
Oregon has lost their last 4 games versus ranked teams, but go back to 2003, a highly ranked team. How about Michigan came in here, and Oregon took care of them 31-27, Charles.
That was a huge win here. The excitement, unbelievable. The tough part for them is they've not been able to capitalize on that victory. As you mentioned, last 4 ranked teams have come away with wins here.
Second down and 7, and it is Loud. Straight ahead running, hit in the backfield, and they'll lose about 3 on the play. They've got a great game going on in Death Valley. Here's Ernie Johnson with an update.
Grade is right, Ron. 27-20 Miami in the first overtime. 4th down, Charlie Whitehurst in trouble, and Curtis Bayham bails him out with the touchdown catch. 27 apiece. They head to the second OT at Death Valley. We'll keep you posted, Ron.
Goodness. About a 27.
Double overtime. What a great game.
Johnny Bob's doing a great job this year. 3rd down and 9 now for the Fresno State Bulldogs. Justin Smith is in the backfield. High snap. Pinniger pulls it down. Over the middle. 1st down into Oregon territory. Devin McDonald on the reception. And boy, they just split the defense. Or I should say, Jerron Fairman. Craig Sager, we've got an Oregon player injured. Do you have an update for us?
Yeah, a big one right where he would have been on that play. Anthony Trucks out with a sprained ankle. He's being evaluated on the side. It appears to be a high ankle sprain. They've been trying to put pressure on it, a weight. They also were trying to retape it, but that's right in his area where that pass went.
It's a big loss for Oregon. Anthony Trucks as a senior has really come on, leading the team in tackles and enjoying his new position.
Little hits and go. They're looking for Williams down the middle of the field. He's open. He's hit. Penalty flag is thrown. Incomplete, but that will be interference. Williams had about 4 or 5 steps on Justin Finnessy going right down the middle of the field.
I think he was so open that Paul Pinniger, the quarterback, pulled the string a little bit. He was afraid about missing him. And he hung it up a little bit because he was so wide open that if he puts it out in front of him, easy touchdown. But he holds him up a little, and that brings the coverage into it, and Finnessy does the right thing. Can't get there? Interference. Now it's a 15-yard penalty instead of a touchdown. Yeah, easy call. I mean, he's got him wrapped up pretty well, and Williams still almost came down with the football.
Finnessey's got a pretty good motor, the former high school quarterback, but boy, I'd say Williams just went right by their coverage. This is kind of shades of what Houston did in that opening quarter in game 1. Went over the top on it.
And what we've just seen, the benefit of Fresno State's reputation for running the football. Cornerback safeties diving towards the big run. They get beat deep with the pass.
That was 1st and 10 on the Oregon 32-yard line. We've got some movement.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. Number 50. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Well, the Bulldogs had 11 penalties in game number 1 for over 110 yards. And you can see Oregon was also one of the most penalized teams in the Pac-10 last year.
Yeah, they actually led them in penalties, not a stat that you want to be number 1 in. And Mike Bellotti made it a big emphasis to have that reduced. We saw Pat Hill writing down Canyon Shack's number. The guy who got the penalty. We'll talk to him later.
On 1st and 15, they'll go from the shotgun. Vinegar out of Woodland, California, looking to set up the screen. He has Wendell Mathis out there, and he tries to trip his way close to the 30-yard line. May have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Brent Haberly is the one who undercut him there, the walk-on out of Cottage Grove, Oregon.
This is the benefit of playing zone defense because you've got your eyes forward seeing the play develop. Brent Haberly, number 42, the linebacker, dropped in his coverage, saw the play, ran down.
Now our 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Napa. And they've got 9 yards before they get to our Napa 1st and 10 line on 2nd down and 9. Clifton Smith dances around, may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, picked up maybe a half a yard. Again, Haberly on the stop. Haberly's one of the great stories. Here's a kid that's just a complete overachiever. And he says, during the summer drills, when am I going to get my scholarship, Coach? I'm starting for you guys.
That's right. He was a walk-on. He proved himself and continues to do so. Back-to-back, nice play from the middle linebacker position.
3rd down and 8. Oregon was 9th in the conference last year in opponent's 3rd down conversion at 41%. Wendell Mathis running Vinegar in the backfield. Vinegar into the flat, caught right at the 1st down marker. Adam Jennings, the senior out of Sacramento, California. Justin Finnessy on the coverage. Jennings, that's his 4th reception of the year. They wanted to get the ball to him early.
Oregon's been beat deep twice already, right? So Jennings pushes, knows exactly where the 1st down line is, and before Fennessy can stop his back pedal and break on the football, Jennings gets outside, catches the ball. Plenty of yardage for the 1st down. Intelligent route running by number 5, Adam Jennings, set up by Fresno State going deep earlier.
Bryce Sumley checked into the lineup. He gets inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. What a luxury to have Wendell Mathis, 5 yards under 1,000 last year, Sumlin over 1,000, averaged 5.7 yards a carry. Then you throw in Dwayne Wright into all of this, who's injured this year. Pat Hill's got kind of a good situation, bad situation, because Sumlin is not starting.
And what we've also seen is Clifton Smith, number 2, got his first carry from the line of scrimmage earlier in this drive. So it's a plethora of riches for the Fresno State Bulldogs at tailback.
Clifton Smith now in the backfield, the former defensive back. That's 2nd and 8. Vinegar has time, goes right down the middle. The receiver trips and falls. No flag. Clifton Smith just got his feet caught up on the turf. A.J. Tuatelli was right there with him, step for step.
Clifton Smith says that Brent Haberly bumped into him. That's what he's upset about. Got a great one-on-one route. Watch Smith right here. Running the route right in the middle. Let's see if they have contact. Hard to tell from that angle. Smith just went down, or Haberly got an arm on him. Of course, he's going to point to him, but they got the matchup they wanted. Smith on the linebacker, unable to connect.
3rd down and 8. So far, 2 of 3.
4 touchdowns and 5 attempts in the red zone. You love that percentage at this Fresno State.
Absolutely. Vinegar will put it up. Looks down the middle again. Exploits him right down the middle, inside the 5, down to the 4. It's Clifton Smith. They go right back to it. Well, you have to say, where's Anthony Trucks?
Yeah, he's missing him. As Craig Sager pointed out earlier, a guy that can cover a hybrid position, strong safety linebacker, coming right at you, right in the middle of the field. Clifton Smith, they had him one time, came right back to the same play again. This time they connect, 1st down, Fresno State. I believe we've got a Bulldog down.
Yeah, well, Clifton Smith hobbled off the field trying to get off, made it to about the 13-yard line, and that's where he's down. Boy, that would be a big loss.
In so many ways, because now we're seeing him carry the ball on offense, catch the ball out of the backfield. This will be Smith right here. He'll run right into the middle of the field. See that move he puts on right there? On the defender, number 22, Chris Vincent, who's replacing Anthony Trucks. Vincent's a former tailback, still learning the linebacker position. And I'll be honest with you, Ron, I don't care if you're a 4 or 5 year vet. Trying to cover Clifton Smith in space is a daunting task for anyone because of his quickness.
Now, Clifton Smith is a player that caught the coach's eye, and they said, wait a minute, you're going over to offense. You're not only explosive, but Pat Hill's saying this kid's electric when he touches the football.
Well, Pat Hill made the call. Yeah. He's going from defense to offense because, as Frank Signetti, the offensive coordinator, told us, he takes the ground when he runs, meaning he just puts his foot in the ground and goes. Not a lot of jitterbugging.
First and goal, straight ahead running, reaching forward. Touchdown, Wendell Mathis. Mathis's 4th rushing touchdown of the year already. They'll count it as a 3-yarder. Frank Signetti loved it, the offensive coordinator.
Here comes Mathis right at you. Nice lead block by number 26, Rashawn Vercher, their fullback. And then Mathis makes his way by himself the rest of the way. Over number 15, Patrick Chung, unable to keep him out of the end zone. Fresno State showing a little shift formation. If you don't shift with it, they'll kind of run the old swinging gate at you and go for 2. Instead, they come back and pick up the point.
Kids are now 8 of 9 on the year. The extra point is good. So Fresno State, that had 36 rushing touchdowns last year, 1 of 5 in Division I with at least 35 rushing touchdowns. Wendell Mathis takes it in, and they continue to work on Clifton Smith in that right leg. Take a look at that. That offensive line, not big, but boy, they get the job done.
Watch them coming right at you. Just simple zone blocking. Right in the middle, Kyle Young, 59. 62, Cole Popovich, getting a good block in there. And out wide, that's number 18, Jerron Fairman from his wide receiver position, trying to get a push. But Rashawn Vercher, number 26, the big lead blocker, he's led for a number of 1,000-yard rushers.
Let's see if we can see what happened to Clifton Smith.
He makes a catch, and then Vincent, as he tackles him, he gets the leg and kind of twists it a little bit, and that might be where he got hurt because he was still twisting to come out of that when he was hit by the last Oregon Duck defender. And we talked about how this hurts Fresno State. Run game, Smith is carrying the ball now. Pass game, we've seen how he hurt them in the pass game, and of course the return game, where he made his name last week with all these great returns against Weber State.
That's Rod Davis and Patrick Chung standing just inside their own 5-yard line. There's Chung. This is going to be out of the end zone. Chung will let it go. But we do have a penalty flag right at the 45-yard line. We'll wait and see what happens there. If you're Oregon, you have to be a little concerned with this defensive effort you put up so far. Field position, I think, has also had an effect. You've had 2 rather mediocre punts, and it's given Fresno State excellent field position. They've taken advantage of it.
Looks like offsides, or what they would call a legal procedure against Fresno State on the kickoff. Let's see what Mike Bellotti wants to do with it. Whether they want to take it on the spot and get a additional 5 yards.
On the kicking team.
Or kick it again.
5-yard penalty, previous spot, re-kick.
So there'd be 5-yard penalty, so instead of kicking from the 35, now they kick from the 30.
But he was kicking with the wind.
Yes.
So you probably would think it would still go out because he was 10 yards.
So what Mike Bellotti's hoping is that they get a chance for a return and try and gain a little extra field position here. If not, they're still starting on the 20-yard line. So he's willing to take that risk. They have to kick it again.
Oregon this year is averaging about 29 yards on kickoff return. Fresno State does an outstanding job coverage. Pat Hill just like Jim Sweeney, stress the kicking game, special teams. And John will wait. 10-0, 4:25 left in quarter number 1. Fresno State leading. Young will get a chance. He's about 5 yards deep, and he's going to take the feed again. Notre Dame, Michigan State. They've got a dandy going in South Bend. Here's Ernie with an update.
There, Ron, the Irish were down 38-17 late in the third and then scored 21 straight. Brady Quinn, the Jets' Samardzija tied the game at 38. In overtime right now, Notre Dame has kicked a field goal to take a 41-38 lead. Michigan State about to start its possession. Back to you.
And we'll keep you posted. Notre Dame 41. I'll tell you what can you say about Charlie Weiss, huh?
Well, they're about the bronze.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a lot of bronze.
You know, it's a lot about. They've got touchdown Jesus. Yeah. Charlie Weiss, they talk about painting a mural for him already, being 3-0 in South Bend.
They'll have to put up another building.
Yeah, for the paint Charlie up there. And if he keeps winning, he'll get one.
Clemens takes the option. He goes to the air. Pass complete up to the 40 to the 41-yard line. Tim Day, the big tight end / H-back, the senior out of Las Vegas. Greg Sager, what can you tell us about Clifton Smith?
Not good news. Clifton Smith has a sprained ligament in his left knee. Miguel Ruda, the head trainer, just talked to Pat Hill and said that I don't think you can count on him coming back into this game. They'll evaluate him further at halftime. And, of course, when he gets back to Fresno, probably have an MRI. But right now, out with sprained ligament.
Good job, Craig, for the update. 21 yards on the pickup. Clemens with it back to the air. And it's complete up to the 45. Penalty flag thrown. And again, it's Tim Day. Clemens was telling us over the last couple of days since Thursday that Tim Day's been kind of a funk. Well, first of all, he's got pretty good reason. His dad died in August. It was a very emotional time for him. But they really think that this young man is coming out of it now. He is an enormous talent.
Well, Oregon has a reputation as tight end U in recent years, and Tim Day fits the bill. And Kellen Clemens told us that he is coming out of what little slump they thought he was in, and he thought he'd be a big factor in today's game, and we're seeing that thus far.
Pass being thrown, holding on the defense, number 10. 10-yard penalty, previous spot, automatic first down.
I like what I'm seeing out of Gary Croton, the offensive coordinator of Oregon, his first year there, putting the spread in with Mike Bellotti. But they've run the option today. They've tried to pound it inside. The first play of this series, it looked like another option from Kellen Clemens. Then he backed up and hit the nice pass today. Caught him in the slot. Here's Gary Croton, the OC, calling the next play for Kellen Clemens and crew.
Former head coach of BYU and Louisiana Tech had potent offenses at both places. How about Tim Rattay and Troy Edwards at La Tech? Clemens takes it, looks, rifles the pass complete. 30-yard line inside Demetrius Williams. The senior out of Pittsburgh, California, his 15th catch of the year. 21 yards on the reception.
In our meeting with Mike Bellotti, he told us that one of the things this offense lacked was play action, and he wanted to catch up to that. This play looked exactly like play action. Watch the fake inside to Whitehead, 24, freezes the defense, and then a rifle shot from Kellen Clemens to Demetrius Williams in the secondary.
Whitehead goes Clemens in the shotgun. Clemens keeps it, looks for the corner, got it, just ducks his head as he gets inside the 25-yard line down to about the 23. Tyler Klutz, Josh Shirley on the stop. This is the type of offensive series Oregon needed. Now, here's the key, though. The red zone, they're not very good. They need to take advantage. They can't kick field goals like you said. They've got to get touchdowns.
See the play selection. Many people think the spread is a pass-only offense. 9 rushes to 4 passes thus far. And they must pay off with 6. Too many times this year they kick field goals after good drives.
Well, Clemens told us he's got a lot of leeway at the line of scrimmage. Pass almost picked off. Hits the turf, and it's going to be incomplete. Richard Marshall on the coverage. Intended for Demetrius Williams. Notre Dame is the final. Here's Ernie Johnson.
Yeah, Ron, you can make it 5 straight wins at South Bend for Michigan State. On the option, there goes Jason Teague with the pitch, and that's the game winner in overtime. Michigan State 44-41. Notre Dame's first loss. Back to you.
Well, so much for the bronzing and the painting of Charlie Weiss on another building. That will have to wait for another day, but he's off to a good start. Nonetheless, and a big win for John L. Smith and the Michigan State Spartans.
That's a schedule of college football. A little halfback pass, maybe. Very strong, looking around, throws it out to the flat. It's incomplete. He was looking for Kellen Clemens. They worked on this extensively the last couple of days. Strong, the southpaw, just couldn't get it to him. And once again, this offense stalls as they near the red zone.
Watch up here, because Tim Day is going to actually be the open guy. See, Strong, when he comes back, he tries to get at Clemens here, but if he had taken his sights up, and I'm asking a lot for a wide receiver, he's not a quarterback. Tim Day was so wide open after the action that if he had looked up, he had it. They gave it a try, unsuccessful, but here's their MVP thus far in the short season.
And Martinez, special team all-whack last couple of weeks. He's already made 11, looking for 12, and it's no good off to the right. He is now 11 of 13. He had made 8 in a row. Already more field goals made this year than last year. So Oregon puts some yardage up on the board, but they still have the goose egg on the scoreboard. Fresno State leads by 10.
Hey. Oof. Yeah. You look relaxed for somebody in your condition.
It's because I have Aflac. What do you mean? Oh, when I'm hurt and miss work, Aflac gives me cash to help pay bills my health insurance company.
You mean like car payments?
Mm-hmm.
Electric bills?
Mm-hmm.
Or the rent?
Yep. Even food. Chinese is here.
Great. I love duck. Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Noble competitors, later today, what will you all want? A comfortable ride home. This is the Kia Monte Premium Sedan. People of power, it has power, everything, and the endurance of a 10-year warranty. Now run, swim, bike, no matter where you finish, ride home like a champion.
Clemwood should be yours. The Kia Amante, starting around $24,000 after cash back.
He's closing up, fellas. I do know that.
You're the big hero, Joey.
My name is Tom.
Your name is Joey Cusack. You're from Philly.
What's going on?
I thought that was somebody else. These are some real bad men.
None of this makes any sense.
That's who he says he is.
Why don't you ask Tom? How come he's so good at killing people? A History of Violence, rated R. September 23rd in select cities.
League home run leader Andrew Jones looks to strengthen his case for the National League MVP as he and the Braves go for their second straight win over the Mets. Braves-Mets Sunday at 1 with enhanced coverage on Braves CBS Extra. That news, though, Mike Hampton has to undergo surgery. Will miss not only the rest of this year, but next year probably.
That's tough for the Braves in the playoffs, although they did get a good win today, 7-4 over the Mets. Amazing what the Braves have done for all these years in a row in Major League Baseball.
Fresno State, 1st and 10, their own 24-yard line. Straight ahead running. That's that power running we've been talking about. Wendell Mathis. He's 5'10", 215 pounds, a transfer from UCLA back in 2003. He's actually gotten stronger. But here's a guy that averaged just under 7 yards a carry last year.
And they said that he came back to camp this year a much better player. Excellent in pass protection, great hands and tremendous vision in the pass game. And of course, we've seen what he can do carrying the football. Third time today, we've seen him kind of go quick out of the huddle and up to the line of scrimmage. Backfires a little bit. Looks like the right tackle on that one. Is that Chris Denman?
Looks like Chris Denman.
Number 79, he jumps.
Dead ball, false start. 79 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Now, we've seen them do this a few times before. This is Denman right here. Watch him. They got up to the line of scrimmage, trying to go quick. Steve Penninger trying to catch Oregon moving, and they were. But Denman got moving real fast. Cost him a little bit. Third time I've seen them come out of the huddle quickly, line up, and try and run a play. But nothing major. Everything's been quick and pounding the ball inside, just trying to get Oregon before they get set.
And they've got 4 penalties already as Williams now will go wide to the left. They've changed a lot of players between plays.
And that's a wide receiver, I believe, not a fullback in that spot.
It's Fairman. It's Mathis. Surrounded by a bunch of yellow and green jerseys, and he may pick up about a yard, gets close to the 30-yard line. The last drive by Fresno State, they mixed the pass and the run effectively.
That's Ron Fairman. We just pointed him out. Then the big pass interference on the flea flicker with Paul Williams. That pass interference called on Justin Finney and Clifton Smith, and unfortunately hurt on that play. The great catch, and Wendell Mathis with some excellent power running inside, takes it over the goal line.
3rd down and 5. 64 seconds left in quarter number 1. Four wide receivers. Finnegan straight back. Again, he exploits the middle. First down, Fresno State. Devin McDonald, the senior of Playa del Rey, California, his 5th catch of the year. But this is a Fresno State offense, my friends, that's scored 50 points in 5 of the last 6 games. They're potent.
And what they're doing is that they figured out that they can go across the middle. Remember how Craig Sager told us that Anthony Trucks was out of the game and that was hurting them? Well, he's back in the game, limping around on a bad ankle, and they figured out that he's in the game. They wanted to test it, see if he can move. On the last play, they exploited him on that one.
Another first down, final 40 seconds in the opening quarter, and it has been all Fresno State. Williams in motion. That left side breaking through over the 50-yard line down to the 44. Fennessy, the saving tackle. Mathis again showing us a little explosion.
And not just power. He can move it a little bit, too. A transfer from UCLA. Look to the left side. And he comes right in there. Nice block there by Popovich. See 62 to the left of your screen. And Mathis using his eyes. Great vision as a runner. It looked like the hole was filled by 2 yellow jerseys. He cut inside the block that Popovich made and gained big yardage.
Fresno State's just going to let the clock run down. They must have called the timeout. Well, they're going to let the clock run. They stopped it for a second on the first down change. Now they're going to let it run down, but Fresno State has looked impressive on both sides of the football.
Yeah, they've executed their game plan almost to perfection early on offense and on defense.
Well, so far for Pat Hill, 1 quarter is in the books. He's got to like what he sees so far. 5 straight versus non-conference opponents. They're trying to make it 6. After 1, Fresno State 10, Oregon nothing.
In this quiet little town, Tom Stahl's life was perfect until
they were going to kill us.
He became a hero.
Sure took care of those bad men.
It's all right. We know each other.
You tell me.
I don't know what you want, and I don't really care.
Why don't you ask Jim how come he's so good at killing you?
It'd be better if you just leave now.
History of Violence, rated R. September 23rd in select cities.
Everybody's heard about the burn.
Announcing Papa John's totally new Chicken Bacon Ranch Pizza. Grilled all-white chicken, hickory smoked bacon, and a new tangy ranch sauce. Now get a large Chicken Bacon Ranch Pizza for $11.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Man, what's gotten into people lately?
Introducing new Triple Threat. It fuels like a power bar and tastes like a candy bar. One bite and you'll feel like you can take on anything. Be great.
Want to get it together? With a layered look? Bohemian. Chocolate. Flipping on the looks you love. The Gottschalks, that's a G thing. How do you plan on celebrating Gottschalks' anniversary sale? Hurry into Gottschalks' anniversary sale, because getting your piece of the savings, that's the G thing.
Double cab. It's stronger. Double cab. It's longer.
Welcome back to TBS Saturday Night College Football, presented by Orbitz. It's set to start the second quarter. Fresno State, number 25 in the country, leading Oregon 10-0, along with Charles Davis and Craig Sager. I'm Ron Tulin. Well, Anthony Trucks is in the ballgame, number 84, the 6'1 senior out of Antioch, California. We got to keep an eye on him because he was limping along.
He's limping badly, and if I'm Fresno State Frank Signetti, I find him and force him to make plays and see how his legs hold up.
Little play action. This is what Oregon is afraid of. Vinegar Scampers to the sideline. He's run out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. Pickup of 1 on the play. Blair Phillips coming up from that middle linebacker spot, the junior out of Alexandria, Louisiana. They like this Blair Phillips. Sat out Monday, the Montana game, because of a concussion, but once he gets a grasp on the defense, he's going to be a stud in that middle linebacker spot.
Another junior college transfer, not afraid of contact, loves to initiate it, and they're trying to force feed him a little bit now because they need his brand of play on the field.
Mathis in the tailback, spot on 2nd and 8. Colin Berger in front of him. Oregon moving around on defense. They got 8 in the box. Finnegan straight back. Look out to the side to Williams. Out at the 30-yard line. Let's check in on Miami and Clemson with Ernie Johnson. EJ.
Yeah, Steve, this one took 3 overtimes. 36-30 Miami when Clemson's Charlie Whitehurst unloads right into the hands of Miami's Kenny Phillips, and the Hurricanes go to Death Valley for the first time in school history and come away 6-point winners in triple OT.
Yeah, we've had some nail-biters today.
Haven't we, though? That's a huge win for Miami. They could have started 0-2 in the ACC if they had lost that one.
That was good enough for a first down by Williams. First down and 10. Ball just inside the 30-yard line. Pinniger from the shotgun. Looking. Now he's being pushed out of the pocket. It's down to the 20-yard line. Mocked out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. A.J. Tuatelli was chasing him. But Pinniger showed a little more mobility than I thought he had on that play.
We talked about pocket presence.
That's right.
Of Paul Pinniger in our open and how he feels pressure. And he got great protection from his offensive line initially. See that? But once he felt the pressure, he flushed to the perfect side, got all he could, and got out of bounds without getting himself hurt. They told us how smart he was as a quarterback. We're seeing that this afternoon and evening.
Number 13 on the play. The numbers on Pinniger. 8 of 10 is pretty strong. Mathis all alone at the 5-yard line.
Been talking to his center there, Kyle Young, to make sure the line calls are set for protection and the run game.
Mathis. Penalty flag is thrown as he gets down to the 15-yard line. Pick up about 1. Tennessee coming up from that cornerback spot to make the stop. You know, you talk about Kyle Young, looking at the tape the last couple of days, and it's going to be a hold against Fresno. He's very vocal at the center spot. Let's check in with Craig Sager.
Well, you guys were talking about the offensive line for Fresno State not being real big, but they are so mobile and they are so low to the ground. Frank Signetti always talks about knee benders. Mark Weber, who is the offensive line coach, actually played for Pat Hill back in 1976 at L.A. Valley Junior College. During their blocking drills during the week, they actually use those old cages that they used about 30, 40 years ago. They're about 4 feet high, 8 feet wide, where the blockers actually go in those cages. If they don't stay low, they hit their head on the metal cage.
That'll teach you to stay low. Great report, Craig. Yeah. Teaching you about being a knee bender. In football, they always say low man wins because football is a leverage game. That's a great report.
We already have another penalty flag thrown. 5 already on Fresno State in the game. Boy, I tell you what, Pat doesn't like this.
On the offense, number 19. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
You know, we talk about taking the personality of, your team taking the personality of the coach. One thing about Pat Hill, he first of all, he plays the most ambitious out-of-conference schedule every year. But he has set the bar so high for not only himself but his team.
Yeah, you take a look at his record at Fresno State. Second most wins in school history behind the illustrious Jim Sweeney. And when he took the job, he said they were going to win. And he's been a man of his word.
Well, now it's first down and a bunch. 25. Mathis, a little misdirection. Tries to dance around, gets down to the 32-yard line. He's going to lose about a yard. Blair Phillips was the one with the first hit. Anthony Trucks did up to make the stop.
Partner, I'm not sure if that was misdirection or if
he lined up
over here. And watch Pinniger reverse out, looking for him here, and it takes a while for them to make the connection. Watch. See, where's my back? Where's my back? Where's my back? And luckily for them, they were able to complete a clean handoff. Oftentimes you run into each other, the ball comes free, and you have a problem.
Second and 26. This Oregon defense needs to come up with something. They've got 3 down linemen, 7 in the box to show them blitz. And here they come. Pinniger reads it, steps up, got a lot of running room. Wide open to the 20, to the 15, down to about the 11-yard line, and we have a penalty flag thrown. Pinniger showing some speed. Chris Vincent, Patrick Chung in on it.
I thought Kellen Clemens was the running quarterback in this matchup. Paul Pinniger on this drive has shown a lot of running. Now, what's going to be interesting here is that penalty, the hold, I believe it happened downfield near where Paul Pinniger was tackled.
Yeah.
So where do you mark it from? See, right now, instead of taking all the way back to the line of scrimmage and starting your holding, I think it's at the end of the run.
I think it is.
So that doesn't hurt Fresno as much.
On the offense, number 18, 10-yard penalty from the end of the run, still second down.
See, that doesn't hurt Fresno nearly as much as if that had been holding at the line of scrimmage because of field position. Paul Pinniger in pocket presence again. See how he just evades? You know, you don't have to be a guy who just takes off and scrambles like crazy until flush. He evaded in the pocket, and then once he saw it was time to go, he committed to the run and got excellent yardage downfield. Jerron Fairman got the penalty on the hold, but again, second down, they're still down around the 20-yard line as opposed to being back near midfield if the penalty had happened at the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 14. One thing you can say about Pinniger, he plays within himself. Throws out of the flat, wide open. Mathis going to walk in for the easy touchdown. Boy, you have them second down and 25, and you allow them to score. This Oregon defense looks confused right now.
I'm going to sound like a guy waving a flag for Paul Pinniger, but let me tell you something. The play he just made may go undetected to a lot of people, but we've talked about his presence, his feel for the rush. There was an unblocked rusher from the edge. He had his back to him, felt him, got rid of the football perfectly for the touchdown pass.
There's that wild formation again. And they'll move it over.
All they're doing is checking to make sure you cover down. If you don't cover down on defense, they'll run it for a 2-point conversion.
The extra point is perfect for Spitzer. Wendell Mathis, first receiving touchdown of the year. And Fresno State has opened up a 17-0 advantage over the hometown Oregon Ducks.
It's the Dodge Model year-end clearance. This is your last chance to get Employee Pricing Plus. We've still got a lot of 05s, but not for long. Save on the Hemi-powered Ram, the all-new Dakota with best-in-class interior room, and Durango with a 5-star frontal crash test rating. All with our Employee Discount Plus up to $4,500 combined cash allowance, which gets you a Ram ST Quad Cab for under $18,000. See your Dodge dealer today or visit Dodge.com. Hurry, once the Dodge you want is gone, it's gone.
Hey.
Yeah. You look relaxed for somebody in your condition.
It's because I have Aflac. What do you mean? Well, when I'm hurt and miss work, Aflac gives me cash to help pay bills my health insurance pays.
You mean like car payments? Electric bills? Or the rent?
Yep. Even food. Chinese is here.
Great. I love duck. Aflac. Ask about it at work.
I said, give me that.
Week of the Oregon State Invitational.
Paul Pinniger, 9 of 11, 146 yards. His third touchdown pass of the year, yet to throw an interception. And when you look at this Fresno State offense, Charles, am I wrong to think they're not doing anything tricky? They're just lining up and smashing them out of the way.
The trickiest they've been has been the flea flicker that drew the pass interference. Everything else has been play action or stepping back in the pocket to throw or running pretty much right at Oregon, and they've had great success doing both. I mean, this is their personality. That's Fresno State football. Tough, aggressive, right at you. Until you stop me, why should I change? And they have the early advantage, obviously, up 17 and mentally on top of the Oregon Ducks right now because they're playing their game.
That's Rod Davis and Patrick Chung again waiting to kick. This time into the wind. They may have a chance to return it. It'll be Chung at the 8. Looking for some room. Up to the 25-yard line. Let's go back and look at that touchdown. How did he get so wide open?
Watch. That's A.J. Tuatelli, the linebacker. What he's going to do is come totally free. A lot of coaches talk about the quarterback having to handle his own blitz control. Sometimes they'll turn one rusher free, and you have to know where he's coming from and make the throw anyway and absorb the hit. That's exactly what Paul Pinniger did. Read the defense, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and handled the blitz control by himself and delivered a perfect strike for a touchdown. I am very impressed with number 13 in white of Fresno State.
Absolutely. 220 yards for Fresno, 87 for Oregon here in the early going with 12 and a half to play in the second. Clemens, he has some running room. Gets up over the 40, then he takes his slide at the 43-yard line. Picked up a 12 on the play. That'll be a first down and no huddle offense again by Oregon.
Trying to change tempo is what I'm sensing here. Not so much that they're down 17, they have to get back into it in a hurry. They're trying to change the tempo and get their team up on their toes instead of back on their heels.
They complete into Fresno State territory. Pass is caught. Dennis Dixon. Or Finley, I should say.
And that was Dwayne Andrews with the big hit, their middle linebacker who just craves contact. We had a chance to talk with him yesterday, and is he not the prototypical kid to play in the middle? I mean, he just loves it. Couldn't wait to get out here and hit someone.
Second down and 2. Clemens rifling the pass into the flat, caught by Demetrius Williams. That's another first down inside the 45, so the no huddle seems to be working. It's like they're in their 2-minute drill.
I really think that what Gary Croton and Mike Bellotti were feeling is, hey, our team is kind of back on its heels a little bit. Let's go offense. Let's get on our toes. Let's be the aggressor instead of taking everything that Fresno is throwing at us and change this tempo a little bit and see if we can move the ball.
Clemens regains his composure again to Williams. Another first down. Demetrius Williams, he is the go-to guy. His third reception of the evening.
Now they've got Fresno State making wholesale changes on defense.
Yeah.
A lot of substitutions coming into the game for the guys in white on defense with this no huddle.
Now Williams goes wide to the left. First and 10. Best offensive throwing so far. Clemens is hot. Ball is fumbled. Now they're going to say, I think he's down. The officials marking it down at the 23-yard line. Caught but dropped.
I think they're calling it a catch, and he was down. Dante Rosario, number 44. Let's take a look. The former fullback turned tight end. As he's going down, I see a knee down before the ball comes out. I don't think this would be overturned by replay. I think it's a good call by the officials. Watch his knee, right there, down, and the ball is already working its way out. So let me take a look at this if I'm a replay guy.
Well, you notice how Oregon got up to the line of scrimmage quickly. They wanted to get the next play before the official on the field got buzzed.
And that might turn out to be unfortunate. With my second look at it, it appeared the ball was working its way out before Rosario's knee hit the ground. And if that's the case, guess who has the football? Fresno State. Watch. Okay, see, there's the ball right there. It's already working its way out. And on the spot, that looks like number 24, Richard Marshall, with the fumble recovery, and then the ball gets free from him.
See, that knee's down, but where's the ball? The ball was like behind his back, so that's hard to see, but you could see the knee was down, but the ball looked like it was crawling up his backside.
Now, the other thing that the officials are going to look at is, did Rosario really make the catch?
There you go.
You know, that would be the other thing that he would look at as a replay official. Was the catch secured? If so, then it goes to, did he fumble it before the knee hit? And the last thing to sort out, of course, is after Marshall recovered it from Fresno, who ended up with football?
Yeah, exactly.
See Mike Bellotti to your right of your screen, Pat Hill to the left as we look at it again. Top of your screen in our 3-box. Rosario catch. I think it's a catch. I don't think there's any doubt it's a catch.
Yeah.
They have to determine whether it's a fumble. Juan Dials, number 27, tried to work it free.
Well, he was ruled down. So it'll be Oregon's ball after the review, and boy, Pat Hill is hot. He did not like that call.
I really think that Mike Bellotti and the Oregon Ducks are very fortunate there.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they're very fortunate on that one because Rosario, that ball was working its way out. Nice play by Juan Giles, number 27, had time to strip him. But now it's up to the Oregon offense to take full advantage of this drive and being the beneficiaries of that last call.
And here's where they stalled in that opening quarter. They had the nice drive, and Martinez missed the field goal. Right about the same spot. Second down and about 2. Clemens, the quick pass in the flat. Caught! Touchdown, Demetrius Williams! Well, they had 87 yards starting that drive total offense. They just about doubled it. Impressive drive.
There's Kellen Clemens talking with Gary Pruitt, the offensive coordinator. A lot of credit to he and Mike Bellotti for making the decision to up the tempo with what looked like a 2-minute offense. No huddle, get them moving, and it paid off in a 6-point touchdown.
Martinez only 1 of 3 on extra points, and this one is no good. 1 of 4. He's 11 of 13 kicking field goals, but he can't kick the extra point. But the Ducks did get on the board. Kellen Clemens leading the drive. The hurry-up offense ends up in Demetrius Williams' hands. His 3rd touchdown reception of the year for Clemens. Touchdown pass number 5.
TNT Sunday on Wanted, the show critics call captivating and passionate. It's the season finale you cannot miss. Guilty. The team is taking back LA, but Sunday, the biggest case.
Something you smell.
Great, that's just what we need around here, some more pair of testicles.
Leads to the ultimate betrayal. Catch the season finale that will change the team forever.
Where is he? Behind you.
Wanted, Sunday night at 10, only on TNT.
It's been a great summer with Employee Pricing Plus. It's been a huge success, and the 2005 models are going fast. Because right now, during the final days of Employee Pricing Plus at your Dodge dealership, the deals have gotten even better. The remaining 2005 models won't last long, so hurry in now for the best selection. Remember,
if you can find a better car, buy it.
So I'd say, if you can find a better car, buy it. If the ride is more fly, then you must buy. That's what I hear.
23 trips to the doctor, 7 trips to the vet, 76 trips to the grocery store, 3 weekend getaways, 1 vacation with everything on it, 4 recitals, 23 soccer games, away, and back and forth to work every day in between. You depend on your vehicle for a lot over the course of the year. Make sure it stays dependable with regularly scheduled maintenance at your local Napa Auto Care Center.
Fresno State is riding a 7-game win streak, the best under Pat Hill, the best since 1991, and right now the number 25 team in the country leads Oregon 17-6 in that 7-game span, by the way. Fresno State has outscored their opponents 53 to just under 19 a game. I'd say that's pretty good.
That's offense, defense, working together, special teams.
He's selling a coach.
I've heard that speech before.
Adam Jennings at about the 3-yard line. Has an opening. The wall is setting up. Look out. Up over the 35. Cut back into midfield, and down to the 43-yard line. Adam Jennings, his first return of the year. Ryan DiPaolo makes the stop.
Finding ball down by Ryan DiPaolo. And the Oregon 44.
College football on TBS. Brought to you by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge. And by the personal advisors of Ameriprise Financial. What's next? Of course, if we're in Oregon and it's the Ducks, we've got to have the proverbial duck shot.
Must have that.
53 yards on the return. What's next for Fresno State is once again great field position. 2 of their scores have come after good field position. And Pitter's going to go up, looking across the middle and pulls it down and takes off again. Puts the stiff arm up as he gets inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. Probably a pickup of about 7 on the play.
Running out of bounds.
You know, here's a guy that came in, Pinniger, with 1 rush for -1 yards. Not too bad today.
Well, we talked about him being a winner.
Yeah.
He's making winning plays. That's not his desire to step into the secondary and run around and move. But he and Kellen Clemens today have been intelligent runners from the quarterback position. Get what they can, either get out of bounds or get down and avoid the big hit.
2nd down and 7. Perryman now at the tight end spot. Mathis. He's close to the first down, probably be about a half-yard short to Telly on the stop. That is his 5th tackle already. We talk about Paul Pinniger. Here's how good he has done so far.
It's opened the ball. This is early in the ball game. He catches Paul Williams on a crossing route after hitting people deep earlier. And now takes off, gets to the sideline. Notice all he can get. Gets his way to the sideline. No big hit again. And then here on the blitz from Oregon. Reads it perfectly. It's Wendell Mathis for the score.
Sumlin, and he is going to be short of the first down. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. And this is a Fresno State team that was about 49% on 3rd down conversions last year.
And don't be surprised if Pat Hill goes for it right here because of field position. Excellent play by Tuatele, number 34. A.J. Tuatele, a former defensive back who's moved up the linebacker. He's undersized, but he has that proverbial high motor and makes a lot of plays with his speed and quickness. Pat Hill changes, I'm not sure he changed his mind. He thought about it a little bit, but then he sent out the punting group. Remember, he is up 17-6. Wants to play a little field position here.
4th down and 2. Tennessee back at the 12-yard line. High snap. The kick low off the side of the foot, but he gets a great roll. And that'll be marked out just about the 5-yard line. 32 yards on the kick. Oregon will get the ball back. They scored the last time they had the football, but they still find themselves trailing by 11.
Control the mastermind. Streets like pacified. Mechanically built speed design. You want to reach it? Unleash it.
People lately. Introducing new Triple Threat. It fuels like a power bar and tastes like a candy bar.
Taste, energy, nutrition.
One bite and you'll feel like you can take on anything. Power bar. Be great.
Take a chance and play your part. Make romance. It might break your heart. But if you think that time will change your ways, don't wait too long. Don't wait.
You're watching TBS Saturday Night College Football presented by Orbitz. And here's some scores from around the country. And, of course, Ernie Johnson will be coming your way at halftime and have all the scores and highlights. With Craig Sager, Charles Davis, I'm Ron Doolan. Fresno State opened up a 17-0 lead. Oregon scored on their last possession, missed the extra point. Now they're backed up to their own 5-yard line. And if you're Fresno State, what's the coaching word? Let's see. Coach Speak is pin your ears back and just keep pushing it.
Well, they just played field position with the punt. They have them pinned at the 5. Now you don't want to let them out. So now you have to go after them in a sense, not necessarily blitzing. But now let's see what Oregon does with a normal spread. See if they want to tighten up a little bit, backed up on their own 5.
Two tight ends, Day and Keeling. Clemens is going to put it up, and he's going to go deep. Penalty flag is going to be thrown. That's going to be interference. Demetrius Williams was streaking down the sideline. He didn't have a step on anybody, because Marshall was right there with him.
And I think that if Richard Marshall does not push very much, he's got to play perfect.
Yeah.
Because he already pinned him to the sideline, but I think he's got too much body. See how he gets into him right there? If he doesn't do that, there's nowhere for Demetrius Williams to go and catch the football.
You've always talked about that's that 12th defender out there.
My old coach, Johnny Majors, a secondary coach before a head coach, used to say, Charles, you got to use semi-sideline. Semi-sideline. Semi-sideline becomes an extra defender for you if you push him into it and don't allow him to come back out. Richard Marshall just got too much body on Demetrius Williams.
Cummings looks left. Now the pressure comes. Stepped away from it. Takes a dive, but he does pick up 2 on the play. Sammy's sideline, by the way, is in the Tennessee press guide. He did letter, we think. Jason Shirley is the one who put the pressure on, coming right up over the middle.
I paid him to put me in there as a letterman, okay? I paid big money for that. Now, do you notice Oregon's offense that was tight on the first play, starting to spread back out a little bit due to field position?
Cummings, first down. Over the 30 up to the 33-yard line. That goes right into the hands of James Finley, the junior college transfer from Compton Community College out of San Pedro, California. 10 receptions versus Houston. We do have a penalty. It's going to, or they thought they wanted a penalty. Face mask not going to get it. That is Gary Croton. This is a hybrid offense. It's kind of what Gary Croton ran at BYU and what Mike Belotti's always wanted to run.
And they've seen it out of Utah, Northwestern, Texas Tech. They have elements of a lot of different places in this offense.
Cummings streaking down the sideline. Pass was overthrown. Intended for Demetrius Williams again. Culver and McCauley looked like they collided on that. Cummings could not thread the needle.
Even though he missed on that pass, as Tyrone Culver, number 36, a star free safety, academic all whack for Fresno State. But even though Kellen Clemens missed on that pass, he looks very comfortable out there. Very much in a groove, throwing the football. I really think this no-huddle, 2-minute style offense is suiting him.
Second down and 10 from the 35. Now he's got the protection, he's got the time, now he has to scribble. Throws it out of the flat and it's complete. Caught by Gary Strong. His first reception of the evening, his 3rd of the year. Strong came up limping during the Houston game. Weren't sure if he was going to play tonight.
How about this arm by Kellen Clemens? Because he's not getting his full body into that throw. That's truly an arm throw all the way to the sideline. Excellent job by Garen Strong, number 1, using his body to secure a catch.
17 yards on the pickup. They look for the option. To the 50. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and is able to make a little lemonade out of lemons. Let's check in with Craig Sager with a little more about this Oregon offense. Thanks.
Yeah, very interesting decisions between Gary Croton and Mike Bellotti. Now, remember, Gary Croton, the offensive coordinator, is on the field. He's not up in the booth. And during that first quarter, they thought that the offense was getting bogged down. Kellen Clemens said he had no rhythm, no tempo. So they decided to change it and kind of speed things up. But also, Mike Bellotti says, hey, we're down 17-0. It's also a sense of urgency. We got to do something now. We can't wait.
Demetrius Williams is spun around like a top, and he's going to probably lose about a half a yard. Thanks, Greg. That's his 5th reception already tonight for Demetrius Williams. Had 14 coming into this game. Hey, look at Gary Croton, what he's done. Tim Rattay and Troy Edwards. I remember doing the game when they played Nebraska, and the two of them lit them up. And then at the Chicago Bears success, and of course, for BYU as head coach.
I remember that game well, too. Louisiana Tech lost at the game. A lot of respect around the country. Troy Edwards set a new receiving record, single-game receiving record, and really elevated him up. Became a first-round draft choice, and I think that game was a big part of it.
3rd down and 8. We're inside of 7 minutes here in the second. Cummings has time over the middle. First down. Caught. Holds it. Still on his feet. Still gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. Cameron Colvin, the sophomore out of Pittsburgh, California, 46 yards on the return and the reception. His 2nd touchdown reception of the year. He was a highly recruited young man a year ago, came in with a lot of hype, said it was a big adjustment for college. Now looks like they're going to be going for 2.
Now they're doing the same thing that Fresno did. They're testing you. Make sure you cover down. If you don't, they tried it earlier this year. And Matt Toliana was unable to hold on to the football when they tried kind of a swinging gate play. Now they bring him in tight to kick it.
Martinez this time, he finally gets one. Drills it through the uprights, so Fresno State with a 17-0 lead. Oregon 13 unanswered points.
How about this young offensive line protecting Kellen Clemens? He threw out of the rocking chair on that one, never was pressured. Cameron Colvin running a deep in pattern, catches the ball and then shreds the rest of the secondary to go the distance for 46 yards. There runs, and he clears right through the linebackers and the defensive backs, sits down in a perfect spot, and Kellen Clemens drills it. And then Colvin takes it the rest of the way with his legs.
You know, I mentioned in the first quarter, Charles, that this kind of reminded me of Houston, the way they went over top on Oregon, got down big. Oregon kept chipping away, and their offense started to click. It's kind of got that feel right now.
And I do believe that Pat Hill right now is telling his team, you've got to forget the ideas of Kellen Clemens, exhorting his team. Look at the first 3 drives. No points. Last 2, 13 points, and the yardage has gone up. But going back to Pat Hill, the fumble, non-fumble call.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big turning point because Oregon benefited from that call, went in and scored, and has had the momentum ever since.
Now it's just on the shoulders of this Oregon defense, and if the Fresno State offense can get back in gear. Adam Jennings will try it 2 yards deep. Again, heads to his left. This time he is going to be surrounded at the 15-yard line. And kickoff returns are something that Oregon has not excelled at this year. They said they needed a tougher attitude, and they finally had it. Justin Tennessee on this time. How about an update on Florida State, Boston College? Ernie Johnson has it.
All right, thank you, Ronnie. Dubious start to ACC play for Boston College. First snap, Quentin Porter is picked off by FSU's A.J. Nicholson, who takes it home for the early Florida State lead. And they tack onto that when Drew Weatherford hits the freshman Greg Carr. So with just a shade over 9 minutes to go in the quarter, it was 14-0, but Boston College has come back to close it to 14-0. Wow.
Sounds like our game. Henniger, pass, looking, throwing into the flat, caught over the 30-yard line, up to the 32-yard line. Jermaine Jamison, the senior out of Carson, California. He was the number 2 receiver last year. And of course, he blew a tire on it also. Going to have to relace that thing up.
Even Secretary threw a shoe every now and then on a training run.
You know, when we saw tape of him, do you have the feeling he may be one of the best, if not the best receivers on this team? He's pretty solid.
He's one of those guys, when you see him get off the bus, oh my, that's a player.
6'3", 200 pounds. He's going to have to tie it up on the sideline. Closing in on 6 minutes to play in the first. Henniger, this time he's flushed out. Looking, throwing. It is going to be intercepted at the 38-yard line by Aaron Gibson. Henniger's first interception thrown this year, the 3rd pick by Gibson this year.
They came out of the quick huddle. The first 4 times they did that, they ran a running play. And this is the first bad decision of the night by Paul Henniger. Flushed out of the pocket, should have thrown it into the cheap seats. There's no one there to get the ball to. And Anthony Trucks, who's out a bad ankle, did a great job covering Adam Jennings there. And Aaron Gibson, the beneficiary of the overthrown ball. The first bad play by Paul Henniger tonight.
He hasn't had any mistakes prior to that. Oregon now with 6 minutes in good field position to work with. Cummings is going to work right away. Deep, incomplete. Williams, the intended receiver. He's got a penalty flag thrown. Craig Sager, tell me more about Gibson.
Well, you mentioned the 3 picks by Gibson, 1 in each game. He told me earlier this week, hey, I'm going to get 10 this year. 10 is my minimum. I want to win the Thorpe Award. Well, he's got a good start.
You know, he was banged up in the spring, had that bruised sternum.
On the defense, number 17. Automatic first down, spot of the foul.
Had that bruised sternum, and they knew he had talent. Here's the penalty again.
That's Marcus McCauley. See the grab right there on number 6, Demetrius Williams. He had great coverage, great position, but Williams had a chance to make a move outside, and when he slipped underneath, that's when he grabbed it. You take a look at the penalty situation. averaging 11 penalties on the season, 9 tonight.
Clemens, he has been on fire. And only pick up 3 on the play to Tim Day as Marcus Riley was right there. Tim Day's second reception, 25 yards. And Clemens is going to go up again. That's going to be another first down. He is just in such a rhythm right now as Weatherspoon comes down with a reception, and he's getting everybody involved.
You remember earlier in the game we showed a graphic that showed 9 runs to 4 passes for this Oregon offense? They've abandoned the run because the pass is working so well as we look at the yardage jump for Oregon from 87 to 180 in the second quarter. But Kellen Clemens is in such a rhythm as you've described, Ron, that the run game is not a big deal unless he's the one running the football or optioning it.
Just puts his head down and gets up to the 30. Gary Croton told us, I've got plan B. If the run doesn't work, I'm going to my other plan for this football game. Our first and 10 line tonight is being brought to you by Napa.
Yeah, we said before, 9 runs to 4 passes earlier in the game. That ratio has now changed to 13 runs to 17 passes. Gary Croton, that's 18 passes as it's jumped up here. That's because Kellen Clemens is really making some strides in the pocket.
Demetrius Williams maybe picked up 3 on the play. That's his 6th reception. You know, Gary Croton, when we were talking to him about why he came here, he had a number of other opportunities. He's obviously considered one of the outstanding offensive people in the game, and he said, you know, I came here, and actually a couple of years ago I walked around and said, this is where I want to live. Sounds like you.
He was with the Chicago Bears at the time, came here to work out Achilles Smith as a quarterback, and looked around and thought, boy, I could live here. And later on, without he presented himself, he moved his family here, and they're settling in. Earlier in the game, this would have been a run-pass option. I think here they throw the ball.
Third down and just 3. There's 2 of 5 in this situation. Clemens, look, throws. Down to the 20-yard line, first down, Ryan Keeley. The redshirt freshman out of Springfield, Oregon, who's been playing well as of late.
Partner, a minute ago you mentioned that Gary Croton had a plan B if the run game wasn't working. What plan B is showing just a little bit of run to keep the Fresno State defense honest, but let Kellen Clemens continue to throw the football because he's in such sync now with his receivers, and the offensive line is protecting him very, very well as he goes into the pocket. A young offensive line that you spotlighted at the top of the game is growing up in front of our eyes.
Going to go wide to the left. First down and 10 inside of 4 minutes here in quarter number 2. The option. It pushes back. Inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Whitehead knocked out of bounds by Manny Sanchez.
What we just saw there was what the spread can do. Watch. You're going to have an option here and an option there, meaning it could have been a shovel pass inside by Kellen Clemens to the receiver coming underneath, or the option, which is the choice he made, out wide to the tailback, Terrence Whitehead. When people think of the spread in Utah and Urban Meyer, now Florida, that's one of the plays at the station.
First time in the red zone for Oregon. They were in it 7 times versus Montana, had only 1 touchdown. Clemens firing. Touchdown, Oregon, Demetrius Williams. This Oregon offense has been on fire in quarter number 2, mainly because of the play of Kellen Clemens. Demetrius Williams with a touchdown. And this is probably one of the most exciting plays if you're an Oregon fan, is the extra point. Everybody hold your breath, and you can let it go.
Take a look at the route, because Ryan Weatherspoon to the left of your screen sat down early, then Demetrius Williams broke right in behind him. Great catch. Took that one from Richard Marshall, their best corner. Watch Weatherspoon. He sits down there, and then Williams cuts across there. See, once he sat down and cleared a little bit, and what a throw by Kellen Clemens, putting it right into the slot. That's what you call a Sunday throw.
That's right.
Because in that league, that's what the slot's going to be 9 times out of 10. In college, you tend to get a little more separation, receivers and defensive backs. On Sunday, there's not much separation. The coaches always say, son, that's open. You better be able to get it in there. Kellen Clemens did exactly that.
In case you just joined us, Fresno State jumped out to a 17-0 lead. It's been 20 unanswered points. Paul Pinnaker was on fire through the interception. Only mistake of the evening, and Pat Hill's team that came in with a lot of bravado, they're back on their heels right now.
First time we've seen that in a long time with Fresno State. They had it all going their way at 17-0. And I trace it back to Gary Croton and Mike Bellotti, as Craig Sager reported, making the decision to hurry up with the offense and get the tempo moving and get Oregon back off of their heels and on their toes and punching. That coupled with getting the fumble call in their direction, it's been a big turning point for Oregon.
Here's Jennings again. He tries the right side. And again, a penalty flag is thrown as he gets up over the 30-yard line. That's where they'll mark it. Justin Finnessy on the stop. Boy, if that's another penalty against them, that's 10 in the first half for Fresno State. That's a game for it. Well, tonight's Scholar Athletes of the Game are brought to you by TIAA Craft. And for Fresno State, Kyle Goodman, the linebacker, with a 3.55 GPA, a business entrepreneurship and MBA possibility. And Oregon, it's Tim Day, the tight end, family and human services, for the course from Vegas. And that's one thing about what Pat Hill has done. When he took over the program, graduation rate was about 24%. It's over 60% now, and he takes great pride in that.
Done a terrific job. They have an academic game plan that's been put together by their coaching staff, led by one of his assistants, John Baxter. And that's been, nationally noted and nationally recognized. But right now, the game plan for Fresno State is they've got to quiet this crowd and get some type of a drive before the half's over.
By the smash mouth, running football, and there's nothing there. Craig Sager, you talked to Oregon on the sideline. What do they have to say?
Well, remember at the beginning we said that the offense was being bogged down and they had a sense of urgency. Well, everybody very enthusiastic. Gary Croton, after that last drive, went down, congratulated every one of his offensive linemen, telling what a great job they were doing, how they had the momentum. And then he turned and I walked right past him. I go, is this plan B? And he confirmed what you guys said. He goes, it sure is plan B.
Thanks, Craig.
It's working. Second down and 10. They play with 4 down linemen, 7 in the box.
That's like 8 right now, partner.
Yeah. Williams in motion. Pinnaker, 3-step drop, the pump fake. Looks over the middle, complete. Up over the 20 to the 23-yard line. Bear Pasco, the redshirt freshman tight end out of Porterville, California. His first reception as a collegiate, former high school quarterback. Pickup of 11.
What we're seeing here, this is the counter because they've been able to go deep. See the pump fake? Didn't have it and came right back to his tight end, who was his safety valve set up across the middle. And you notice how Paul Pinnaker did not have to make much, have to use much motion to come back to the second receiver. Right in line of sight, able to deliver across the middle for a nice game.
Good enough for a first down as he plays in on 2 minutes to play in the first half. Pinnaker, look. Has Williams, got him at the 30-yard line. He is going to be ushered back. Tennessee with his 5th tackle of the night. They have plenty of time to work with. That'll be a pickup of about 8 on the play.
How about this? Watch Paul Pinnaker in the pocket. Looks like the same pump fake, see? And now he comes to the middle, covered, comes back to a third receiver, back on the left side, Paul Williams. We talked about his pocket presence. Give some credit to his offensive line, too, allowing him to work through 3 progressions before delivering the ball.
Remember John Pinnaker, 12 of 15, 181 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Mathis in motion. Looking on the sideline, they're going to throw the home run pitch, and it's going to be well overthrown. It was closer to Aaron Gibson than it was Paul Williams.
He has a lot of confidence in Paul Williams to go up and get it, but you have to put it in a position where he has a chance to get it. Frankly, that was a ball that probably should have never been thrown. Aaron Gibson turned out to be the receiver on that play, not the defender. Fortunately, he overthrew him.
Now, you talked about they wanted to exploit that matchup, Gibson and Williams. They did it in the first series, but we haven't seen a whole lot of it since.
Gibson able to come back. Short-term memory, always key for a defensive back. Let it go, move on.
3rd down and 2. Vinegar has time, rifles the pass, just out of the reach of Devin McDonald. Off his hands, threw it a little bit too far to the right. And that'll bring up a 4th down situation with 1:27 to play in the half.
AC Frank Signetti, the offensive coordinator and play caller for Fresno State, a little frustration there because Devin McDonald was open. He was going to set up and sit down inside of the zone. And as you pointed out, Ron, the ball was a little bit behind and a difficult catch, unable to haul it in. They'll give it up one more time for Oregon to have another shot before the half.
So the second point for Fresno State, the first one in 32 yards. Tennessee standing back at his 28-yard line. It's going to be a short kick with pretty good hand time, and it takes a nice Oregon bounce. Ernie Johnson, you are ready to rock and roll at halftime. What do you have for us?
Well, Stu, we're going to have the latest from the Swamp and from Chestnut Hill on the Chili's halftime report. Also, highlights of a couple of overtime thrillers, plus the story of OU and UCLA with Darren Elliott's postgame report. And you'll hear from 2 of the premier receivers in college football. You're going to see them both on TBS next week. That's a lot of stuff. We are rocking and rolling.
Charles, when I think of rock and roll, I think of Ernie Johnson. I don't know about you, but I do. I mean, that's the pick that comes into my mind.
Still rock and roll to me, Ron.
Oregon with 1:17 to work. 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line.
And this is no time, I think, for Oregon to play it safe. The way they've got their offense moving, try and get another one before the half's over.
His pass is overthrown just over the hand of Garen Strong. Also had Demetrius Williams down there. He's now 14 of his last 16 for 164 yards, throwing 3 touchdowns, and Clemens has had a pretty good second quarter. First 3 drives, he was only 4 of 5.
And he was accurate, but they didn't gain much yardage on it.
There we see the signals. Kelly Clemens says sometimes he looks over at Coach Croton and gets a little excited. So he has to look over at the backup quarterback. So now they're looking into the sun, by the way, the receivers for Oregon.
And they make sure Brady Leaf gives him the same signal so he gets it clean.
Clemens into the throttle. He's overthrown.
And he's pretty pumped up. Yeah. And one thing when you're really pumped up as a quarterback, and Kellen Clemens has been so good in his last few drives, I wonder if he had a little too much on the fastball right there. You know, and I'm not being critical of him because he should be excited right now. You got to remember, keep the same touch he had earlier. Count on those receivers to make the catches. That last one, that looked like the old high hard one right there.
I think it was. That's right. He's getting the ball away so quickly, though. They gave up 41 sacks last year. Much different this year.
Another advantage of the thread. You see the blitz is coming, you're able to get rid of it faster.
They rush 4, he steps up in the pocket, just as I say that, he gets sacked at the 35-yard line.
Right up until that moment. It's like Haji Lane, number 43, getting to Kellen Clemens. And now they'll take a timeout to try and conserve some time. Line's done a really good job. But this time the secondary covered very well. Nowhere to go with the ball, and a great play by Kellen Clemens. Yeah, he thought about throwing it as he was going down, but he tucked it away and kept it, so he didn't give it up on a turnover right there and put Fresno State in business on their side of the field.
This telecast is a copyrighted presentation of the University of Oregon, a member of the Pac-10 Conference. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the University of Oregon or the Pac-10 Conference. We have got 59 seconds left here in quarter number 2. Autzen Stadium, sellout crowd of well over 54,000. All the standing room was sold out, so it's probably about 57 plus. A perfect evening. It's about 60-something degrees. Beautiful skies, and we have had just the kind of game we thought. Two senior quarterbacks that we talked about in the open. Both know how to win. Both have poise. Both just flat out play good football.
They've both done very well, and I think one thing that we're missing right now, as we look at the numbers, Kellen Clemens really locked in a groove, 18 of 22, 218, and 3 touchdowns. Pinniger also playing an efficient game. The last couple of series, not quite as strong as he had earlier in the ball game. But one point I hope we're not going to miss, the Oregon defense, which was rocked early, has really bounced back here in the first half and helped hold them at bay and give the Oregon offense a chance to move.
Speaking of the Oregon offense moving, that's exactly what they did. Now you look at the punt returns here for Fresno State. They are outstanding, averaging 42 yards. Of course, Clifton
Prior
Smith
to
was
the
hurt.
snap, ball start on the offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Clifton Smith, who's already returned 2 for touchdowns this year, is out. He is hurt. But this is a tradition started by Jim Sweeney of returning these punts.
Great special teams. They've always done a terrific job in this area. Pat Hill and his staff really stressed them. We watched them work out on Friday. Went through a lot of special teams things to make sure they were ready to go for today. And as you mentioned, it is a tradition at Fresno State to play strong on special teams.
Comes the rush, and they may have gotten a piece of that, but it takes a great roll, and Jennings will take it, and he'll be dropped at the 32-yard line with 50 seconds left to play in the half. 36 yards on the kick. This is an interesting formation, but it almost got blocked. Check out what's on TBS this Sunday night.
Critics agree. Steven Seagal is funnier by accident than most comedians are on purpose.
Would you really be the suspect on Conscious Movement?
Exit Wounds, Sunday night at 8 on TBS.
I wonder if Mike Bellotti will take another look at that punt formation. Gary Croton used it at BYU, but they've been very, very close on a couple, and I think Fresno is probably going to really go after it as you see what they've done the last 3 drives, only 44 yards after nearly 200 in the first 3 drives. But they have 50 seconds to work with. And Pinniger is dangerous. Right back, using the sideline, pass is complete. Adam Jennings. Here's that near block on the punt.
I think it was Richard Marshall, 24.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a very good drop by the punter in terms of getting the ball on his foot. I think he felt rushed, and the drop wasn't great. Marshall looked like he came in and got a little bit of that one. Kind of went between it. Almost, could that count 3 points? Yeah. Right through the sticks of Richard Marshall.
Yeah. Now second down and 6 with 46 to play in the half. Oregon rushes 3. They drop one back. Pass complete right at the first down mark. No, they're saying it's incomplete. He bobbled it. Jennings stepped out of bounds, didn't get the foot down.
See, the good thing that college has going for it in this situation is to see Pat Hill, the head coach of Fresno State. Even though there's only 41 seconds left, there's a lot of time. Why? Because you can gain first down and stop the clock. See, first down, they have to stop the clock to set the chain. So even though Fresno only has 1 timeout, they can still take their shots across middle if they pick up first down yardage in doing so.
Well, they're 4 of 7 on third down tonight. They have 6 to go to get to the Napa first and 10 line. Pinniger wide open. They get the first down over the 45 to the 47-yard line. Matt Rivera.
Now they need to go. Now they need to get up on the line of scrimmage, get themselves ready to go. The clock stopped while they set it. Now the chains have to be set. See Paul Pinniger telling his guys to play. They'll be ready to go when the ball's marked in play, ready to snap. That saves them time.
Rivera's first reception of the year. Pinniger straight back again over the middle.
Under a timeout here, though. 24 seconds to go.
How about Rivera? 2 receptions, which is 2 more than any other fullback has gotten in this offense this year. We've got a timeout. Stick around for the Chili's halftime report. Ernie Johnson will catch you up on all of today's action, including post-game reaction from that UCLA drubbing of Oklahoma. All access with 2 of the Pac-10's best receivers. Arizona State's Derek Hagan, Oregon State's Mike Hass, plus all the scores and highlights. We had a chance to spend some time with Hagan and Hass in Los Angeles.
Those good young men, aren't they?
I'm telling you, they are just outstanding, and they're great receivers, and we'll see them next week on TBS, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Now, Fresno State out of timeouts, 19 seconds to go. Give me some strategy, Coach Davis.
Well, they're out of timeouts. So, as I was talking about before, you can still use the chains and throw the ball across the middle, but now you have to get the first down in order to get the clock stopped if you throw it there. Otherwise, it's sidelines, so you can get out of bounds. And you have to get yourself in a position where if you're going to go for a field goal, if you get a playoff, you have to spike it first so that you can get the field goal team field goal unit onto the field. Steitzer, about 45 to 47 yards, but the wind will be against him. So they're going to need a little bit more yardage, I would think, from that for him to go out kicking the football. Because we saw the last kickoff by Fresno State. Remember how they were booming him with the wind? Held up big, and Patrick Chung caught it on about the 10-yard line.
Well, we saw Pat Hill tell them to spike the ball if they do get a couple of yards on it, because they still have 19 seconds to go.
Well, it's about a 10-yard wind, I would say. Ralph was talking about having a club up or club down.
Right.
About a 10-yard wind, so they need a little bit extra to give Steitzer a shot.
Oregon rushes forward, putting it straight back. He has time, goes over the middle, again completed, and he's short of the first down.
Though, that's a problem because the clock's still moving. They're already at 10. They can't stop it with a timeout. They've got to get up there and spike it. But they're going to there's 4 seconds.
And they're still moving all over the place. Not set yet with one. Nope, not going to get it. Nope, that's it.
That's where the timeouts hurt you when you run out of timeouts. They had nothing in their pocket in order to help the last drive.
Well, Paul Pinniger wants to talk about it. Pat Hill doesn't like it, but the clock was running, and he had some people that seemed to be a little confused. Here's Craig Sager with Mike Bellotti.
Well, Coach, you come in with a game plan. Next thing you know, you're down 17-0. Tell us about your decision to go to the quick offense and the no huddle and how that changed things.
Well, we were going to use that several times during the course of the game, but obviously we needed it, not because we wanted to use it, but because they scored some points in a hurry, and obviously got them off balance, and I think tired them out a little bit. Our kids responded very well to that opportunity. We certainly got some momentum.
What about the defense? They're being pushed around early, but they really responded as well.
You know, Fresno State made some good plays early, conceptually as well as design and execute, and we were in the position a couple times, just didn't make the plays. It was frustrating, but our kids didn't get down, and they've responded now and done a pretty good job that second quarter.
Thanks a lot. 20 unanswered points for Oregon. They have the lead 20-17. Back to you, Ryan.
All right, how about over 500 yards total offense between the two in the first half, and Oregon leads by 3. Ernie Johnson will have all the scores and highlights on our halftime report coming up.
You challenged everything that came before you, and nothing looked or felt or sounded the same way again. That was you then. And the great thing is, that's still you now. We are the personal advisors of Ameriprise Financial, the next generation of American Express financial advisors. Because a generation as unique as this needs a new generation of personal financial planning.
It's the Dodge Model year-end clearance. This is your last chance to get Employee Pricing Plus. We've still got a lot of 05s, but not for long. Save on the Hemi-powered Ram, the all-new Dakota with best-in-class interior room, and Durango with a 5-star frontal crash test rating. All with our Employee Discount Plus up to $4,500 combined cash allowance, which gets you a Ram ST Quad Cab for under $18,000. See your Dodge dealer today or visit Dodge.com. Hurry, once the Dodge you want is gone, it's gone.
Don't hear us. We'll blow on the door. Copy that. Styles. All set. What's that sound? I don't hear anything. Let's focus, people. On my count. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Look. What the hell was that noise? Damn it. Styles? I'm gonna kick your skinny white.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Lockdown. Rated M for mature.
I said, give me that.
The Pacific Team Conference and its 10-member institutions support all of the relief efforts to benefit the victims of Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans and the Gulf Coast area. You can contact the American Red Cross at 1-800-HELP-NOW. You can also contact the Salvation Army at 1-800-SAL-ARMY. Please join the student-athletes, coaches, and administrators of the Pac-10 and do what you can to help in the recovery process. Let's do all we can together.
Wild first half there in Eugene. Oregon was down by 17. The Ducks lead by 3 at the break. Welcome to the Chili's halftime report. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Some pretty good stuff going on today in South Bend and at Clemson's Death Valley. In both places, regulation just would not cut it. And for the home team, big-time disappointment in OT. Let's start with Charlie Weiss and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. 2-0, both wins coming on the road. The home debut. And look at Michigan State's Drew Stanton, the Matt Trannon, 65 yards, and it's 38-17 Michigan State late in the third. But Notre Dame responds with 21 straight points. Brady Quinn to Jeff Samardzija. We're going to overtime. The Irish kick a field goal for a 3-point lead, but in Michigan State's possession, it's the option, and it's Jason Teague. And it's Michigan State over Notre Dame. In overtime, 44-41. That is 5 straight trips to South Bend, resulting in victories for the Spartans. This one by 3 in OT. Miami and Clemson at Death Valley. In overtime, Charlie Whitehurst to Curtis Bayham ties the game at 27 with Miami. The Hurricanes' first visit ever up there to Clemson, South Carolina. 30-30 after 2 overtimes, and in the third, here's Tyrone Moss, and he gets the cone, and it's 36-30. You got to go for 2 in the third overtime. Miami missed it. But look at this, Charlie Whitehurst, an ill-advised toss, picked off by Kenny Phillips. And the Clemson Tigers fall for the first time. In fact, that was their first turnover in 3 games. 36-30, Miami wins it in triple overtime. Tyrone Moss, 30 carries for 142 yards, and he scored 3 times. Oklahoma at UCLA. Adrian Peterson didn't start. He missed some class, and he was punished this week by Bob Stoops. He did rush for 70 yards on 23 carries, but held under 100 for the second time this season. UCLA goes to the air. Drew Olson to Mercedes Lewis, and then it's Olsen to Chris Markey. And UCLA is unbeaten, 3-0, as they beat Oklahoma 41-24. Maurice Drew had 70 yards for the UCLA Bruins. They remain unbeaten. And Darren Elliott was at that game. Here's Darren's report.
Here with quarterback Drew Olson. Drew, this game, everyone was talking about the running backs. But you guys came out, you spread the ball around, you were efficient, you were effective. Take us through your offensive game plan.
It was nice. We wanted to come out and run the ball much better than we did. That's a stout front 7, and they even made 8 in the box. So, it's a great victory. Regardless if we had no run game for the better half of the game, it was a lot of fun to spread the ball out to other guys on this team. I'm telling you what, everybody made plays out here. Running backs to the White House to Mercedes. It was awesome.
You talk about a great victory. Rank this victory since you've been here.
Sure, it's by far the best. It doesn't get any much better than this in the Rose Bowl. We got OU, all that stuff. Our fans have been great coming out here. So, this is just the start of something special, and we're proud of what we're doing and of this program.
Congratulations. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
That's Drew Olson. The rest of his offensive mates, we talked about efficiency. Drew and the Bruins offense, 14 for 14 in the red zone this season, Ernie.
And they'll still be 14 for 14 after next week because they have next week off before they host Washington. When we come back, you're going to hear from record-setting receivers. You're going to see next week on TBS Oregon State's Mike Hass and Arizona State's Eric Hagan.
There's a change taking place, a wave of self-expression. And it's being driven by people with a vision to live life, not by some rule book, but on their own terms. Star Motorcycles. We build it. You make it your own. Exclusively at your Yamaha dealer.
You'd never hear this from John, but he owns the best car repair shop in town. He's got a well-deserved reputation for getting it right the first time. He listens to his customers. He uses top-quality Napa parts, and he backs up his work every time. Now, as much as we'd like to take credit for it, a shop like John's isn't this good because there's a Napa sign out front. The fact is, there's a Napa sign out front because John's shop is this good.
Here at Sympathetic Car Rental, we offer low rates. Excuse me, I've been in this line forever, and where are my member savings? Somebody needs a hug. Who do you think we are? Hertz?
Hertz No. 1 Club offers special savings, gets you to your vacation faster, and lets you reserve a specific brand and model. Sign up free at Hertz.com. Car reservability at major airports and select vacation locations.
You want to join the Ford family with employee pricing at Lithia Ford of Fresno? You can.
For a limited time, you pay the same price as Ford employees and their families on almost every new 05 and 06 Ford in stock. Ford has never offered vehicles with prices this low. Plus, big new car savings equal even better used car prices. Get a great used vehicle at a price you won't believe.
Employee pricing on new, huge savings on used. Save big with the Ford family plan for a limited time only at Lithia Ford of Fresno, your big Ford store.
The GMC Yukon has the best V8 fuel economy in its class because GMC engineering is all about going the extra mile. Literally, the GMC employee discount has been extended on 2005s and now includes every 2006 Yukon. Get an 06 Yukon two-wheel drive SLE for $31,928 with your employee discount. The total value promise makes it easy. No worries, no hassles. It's right on the window. See your local GMC dealer today.
Back here on the Chili's halftime report, we encourage you to join us again next week. Arizona State and Oregon State, a Pac-10 duel here on PBS. And as you saw from that graphic, that ASU-OSU matchup features the guys ranked 1 and 2 among active Division I players in career receiving yards. Arizona State's Derek Hagan and Mike Hass of Oregon State, they're the gold standard of collegiate pass catchers. And while their personalities are different, they share a healthy respect for what they have in common, an uncanny knack for catching the football.
Derek Hagan, wide receiver, Arizona State University. They call me Big Play D-Hag because I make plays every single day.
Deep downfield end zone, it's Hagan. Touchdown, Arizona State.
Mike Hass, Oregon State University, wide receiver. People call me Mike Hass.
The middle and hit it for Hass. And what a catch he made!
My scouting report on this guy right here, 6'1", 210, strong, physical, great hands receiver, knows how to get open, comes to play every single day. Very consistent, goes over 100 yards almost every week.
Here's my scouting report on this guy, Derek Hagan. DBs, please get your hands on this guy at the line because he'll do anything he wants once he gets past you. Strengths are running routes, catching the balls. And once he catches the ball, because it's going to happen in any game, please tackle him because he is very loose.
The eyes are important just because, you got to watch the ball in. No matter where the ball is, if it's in front of you, behind you, it's above your head, you always got to watch the ball. That's the only way you're going to catch it.
Eyes are important to a great wide receiver because you need to know what's going on around you at all times. You need to know the coverage. You need to know what route you're running and how you're going to run that against that coverage. And you need to know when you catch the ball, where to turn, and what to do after you catch it. Hands are important because you have to catch the ball. That's one of the main things as a receiver. If you drop the ball, you're never going to be successful as a wide receiver.
You need your hands to catch the ball. They're always talking about the DBs that play defense because they can't catch, so that's why they play defense. But the guys that can catch, they play offense because they got hands.
Derek, what is your career highlight at Arizona State?
I think just recently, just breaking John Jefferson's records, his receptions record. That record is stood for, I think, 34 years. No one's come close to it. Me coming up here, being here for 4 years and breaking that record, it's something to look at. When I look back at it, I feel real good about it. Mike, what's your career highlight?
My career highlight at Oregon State is catching 2 touchdowns in Civil War last year against Oregon. That was one of those games where it's your rival, and it's always fun to beat up on them.
Join us next week and catch those two. We're back with more on the Chili's halftime report in just a minute.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
Love your everyday purchases with Love the Double from Chase.
Just the two of us.
love them because now they give you double. Double rewards. Double cash back. Double travel points. Double the stuff you love. Love the double. Only from Chase.
Noble competitors, later today, what will you all want? A comfortable ride home. This is the Kia Monte Premium Sedan. People of power, it has power. Everything. And the endurance of a 10-year warranty. Now run, swim, bike, no matter where you finish, ride home like a champion.
Claim what should be yours. The Kia Amante, starting around $24,000 after cash back.
What do you feel like tonight, chicken or beef?
Whatever.
Just pick one.
Want more variety?
Welcome to Chili's.
Hurry into Chili's now for our new Triple Dipper Dinner for just $9.99. Build your own full meal from 7 of Chili's dippable favorites, like our famous boneless buffalo wings, new Chipotle lobster rolls, or our new hot spinach and artichoke dip. New Triple Dipper Dinner, just $9.99 for a limited time. Come on, live a little. Why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah.
Don't shout us. We're blowing the door. Copy that. Styles. All set. What's that sound? I don't hear anything. Let's focus, people. On my count. 5, 4, 3, 2...
Styles? I'ma kick your skinny white.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Lockdown. Rated M for mature.
Back here on the Chili's halftime report, FSU at Boston College. First play from scrimmage for Boston College in the ACC, and it results in 6 for Florida State as Quentin Porter's pass is picked off by A.J. Nicholson. It was 14-0 FSU. Boston College comes storming back. It's Porter to the converted DB, Will Blackman, for a 17-14 Eagle lead over Florida State. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Tennessee and Florida, SEC grudge match, spread option offense of the Gators working to perfection there as Andre Caldwell takes it in from 18 yards away. And the Gators lead Tennessee 7-0.
Extra hours you dedicate to your students, we think you deserve some extra credit. TIAA Craft, serving the retirement needs of those in the academic, medical, cultural, and research fields. Visit us online to find out how we can serve you. TIAA Craft, financial services for the greater good.
There's a change taking place. A wave of self-expression, and it's being driven by people with a vision to live life, not by some rule book, but on their own terms. Star Motorcycles. We build it. You make it your own. Exclusively at your Yamaha dealer.
Whether you're running a busy household or a small business, chances are you have a lot going on. Well, there's one place that can help you handle it all.
Don't you worry about a thing.
The UPS Store. You need help with packing and shipping. Need someone to print, collate, and bind a presentation for your small business. Or a mailbox where someone can sign for your packages. Let the UPS Store worry about it. That's our thing.
Don't you worry about a thing.
The UPS Store. The place for packing, shipping, and a whole lot more.
Introducing Power Bar Triple Threat. It fuels like a power bar and tastes like a candy bar.
Taste, energy, nutrition.
One bite and you'll feel like you can take on anything. Power Bar. Be great.
Hey, let's update Tennessee and Florida down there at the Swamp. Or let's show you the score of Oregon and Fresno State. That'll work too, 20-17. Now let's up to Tennessee and Florida. Eric Ainge to the air. Brett Smith on the receiving end. So Danny's nephew throws a scoring pass to tie things up. 7 apiece between the Gators and the Vols. Third quarter's coming up.
You're watching the Chili's Halftime Report. Chili's, come on, live a little. There's a change taking place, a wave of self-expression, and it's being driven by people with a vision to live life, not by some rule book, but on their own terms. Star Motorcycles. We build it. You make it your own. Exclusively at your Yamaha dealer.
100 double cab. It's bigger. Double cab. It's higher.
The future in LASIK surgery is now available at the IQ Laser Center. Introducing the Wave Light Laser, the first new LASIK system to be approved in the U.S. since 1999 and the fastest in the world. If you're ready for LASIK surgery, don't settle for less than the latest technology for your eyes. Don't settle for less than all laser LASIK. Don't settle for the blade. Call IQ Laser Center for your free consultation and learn about the future of LASIK technology today. Call 1-800-DR-LASIK.
Welcome back to TBS Saturday Night College Football presented by Orbis. And as we get set to start the second half, Oregon has taken the lead at 20-17. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Ron Phillips. Mike Lottie told us yesterday this will be our first real test at Smash Mouth football. So are they passing the test so far after the first 30 minutes?
And they are. Definitely after the first 15, because the second 15 were all Oregon. And the defense really bowed up and stiffened in the second quarter and allowed Kellen Clemens and the offense to truly get on track. And what a great second quarter they had. But before all that, Wendell Mathis scoring on a nice power run inside, then a 20-yard pass reception before Kellen Clemens pulled the trigger. First he finds Demetrius Williams, then Cameron Coleman on a 46-yard hookup with Kellen Clemens, and finally comes back to his go-to guy again. 7 catches in the first half, 2 touchdowns for Demetrius Williams. The Ducks are up 3 due to their offense and the defense making a stand.
As a tale of 2 halves, or 2 quarters. The first quarter and the second quarter, completely different as we look at our Chase halftime stats, and you can see about 150 in that first quarter. Well, Fresno State completely different in the second. Here is Jennings. Has some running room again. Oregon having problems with that kickoff coverage, something they worked on extensively. Penalty flag is thrown late. Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, I talked to Pat Hill coming out of the locker room. He said, listen, we had this game walking away. Then a 17-0 lead and an inadvertent fumble that was ruled dead. We had this game walking away. I tried to ask him about the second half. He says, I have no other comments. However, he did have a lengthier conversation with the referee, Jay Stricker. At halftime, instead of going right to the locker room, he cornered the referee, had a lengthy discussion, obviously talking about many things. Now, remember, this is the first time this officiating crew has ever worked together. Jay Stricker is from the Pac-10, but there are a couple of officials as well from the Big Sky and the WAC. With a numerous number of home games, they could have a full staff that had worked together. Pat Hill obviously not happy with the discrepancy in penalties. 10 against his team, only 2 against Oregon. But he didn't have a lot to say to me.
Well, Craig, it must have done some good because there was a personal foul penalty on Oregon after the play on the kickoff. So the Bulldogs go back to running the football, and they pick up the chunk of 5 yards on the first carry of the second half.
Go ahead, Ron.
No, I was going to say, that's tough, though, you know, when you look up and you see the disparity between the 10 and the 2.
Yeah, it's just like any sport. When you look and see it piling up on your team against the other, you wonder how to make it even. Sometimes it's just not even. Sometimes your pit team is committing more penalties than the other. I'm not saying yay or nay on that one here, but Pat Hill just trying to make sure the officials call a little bit closer. But I want to see Fresno State run the ball a little more here in the second half. Got to wait from that in the second quarter.
Now they'll go their second run of the third quarter. Mathis bowls his way up over the 45-yard line. That'll be right on our Napa 1st and 10 line. J.D. Nelson on the stop. And some of the leaders for Fresno. Vinegar, pretty good game. 16 to 22, 205 yards. Mathis, 46 yards on 12 carries. And, of course, Williams had 3 receptions for 65 yards.
When we talked with Frank Signetti, their offensive coordinator, he told us how committed they are to running the football. And he said one thing about having a commitment to running, you also have to have patience. If things aren't going well at a particular time, you can't just totally go away from it. That's why it's Fresno to get back to running the ball more here in the third quarter.
Vinegar going for the home run ball, has his receiver caught. Devin McDonald, and they'll mark it down at about the 10-yard line. His second reception of the night. Make it the 15.
Once again, Pat Hill and Frank Signetti bring them out of the huddle quickly and get them lined up in a tight formation. You remember the first 4 times they did this, they ran the ball? The last 2 times they've run up to the line of scrimmage trying to catch Oregon, they've thrown the ball. This time very successfully. Devin McDonald, a former walk-on wide receiver who kind of grew too big for that position, now moved to tight end. He had 4 catches last week. That was his career high and equal to his career total. So he's really becoming a weapon for them.
He's got a couple tonight. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line for Fresno. Williams dancing around, but they'll keep it on the ground with Wendell Mathis. Penalty flag comes flying in again from the backfield.
It's referee position. Yeah, when it comes from the referee, typically that's what he catches.
11 penalties now. That's what they had in their first game.
They've got a nice drive going. They can't afford to penalize themselves out of a potential 6-point opportunity.
Holding on the offense, number 26. 10-yard penalty, previous spot, still first down.
You know, the guys on this team, too, you talk to the players as we did yesterday, they believe they can run the football because they're behind this line. We mentioned not very big, but they are extremely nasty, we'll say, and they've got great technique up.
So they call it the Alex Gibbs School, the famed offensive line coach of the Denver Broncos and a few other NFL teams. Not overly big, but agile, nasty, and can stay on their feet and move. Craig talked about being knee benders, great leverage in their blocking technique.
Nothing doing. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Aaron Gibson coming up from that cornerback spot. Here's Craig Sager with more on the line.
Well, you're talking about the offensive line. We also had that penalty. Cole Popovich, one of the mainstays of that offensive line, is in the locker room. He got hurt just before the half. He is having x-rays on his ribs. He may not return. Right now, they're missing a big part of that offensive line.
I'll tell you, he's a big redshirt freshman out of Oakhurst, California. Started as a true freshman. Coaches love what he's been doing.
Well, they're going to miss him. Robin Kazarian, number 66, has jumped into the lineup to replace him, a transfer from the University of Washington.
Over back up center. Finnegan looking, has his man inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. That'll be just about 8 yards short of the first down. Wendell Mathis, A.J. Tuatel coming up and make the stop.
Good patience again in the pocket by Pinniger, and able to come off of his initial receiver and find Mathis coming out of the backfield. It helps when you have running backs who can catch the ball. That's where they're missing Clifton Smith, who hurt his knee in the first half. What a threat he was out of the backfield.
If the Oregon defense play without Devin Long, he's been injured. Expecting him to come back next week for the USC game. That really hurts their pass rush. 3rd and long. Mathis straight ahead, bounces off tackles, gets down to the 10, gets over to that right hash mark. It'll bring up a 4th down and 5. First hit was put on by Haloti Nada. Pick up a 4, they're going to say.
See right there, J.D. Nelson trying to call a timeout or trying to call a coverage change. Wasn't real comfortable what was going on there. Fortunately, they're able to stack it up. You get the sense on that play call from Fresno State, they were not going to come away from here without trying to get points, meaning a field goal. It's almost like they were playing to get 3 here after a good drive.
Well, Stitzer has a 27-yarder and racked this one up also. He's 2 for 2 tonight, and the game is tied. So they come away with 3 points and able to knock this ball game up at 20. 11:35 left in quarter number 3. Fresno State and Oregon doing battle at Auxin.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
Love your everyday purchases with Love the Double from Chase.
Just the two of us.
Love them because now they give you double. Double rewards. Double cash back. Double travel points. Double the stuff you love. Love the Double. Only from Chase.
Only one team will know victory on this great field today. But on the way home, we can all be winners. People, it's time for each of us to ask, how long is my warranty? This is Kia Sedona with a 5-star crash safety rating and a 10-year warranty. There are guarantees in life. It's time for you to insist on yours.
A great minivan is everyone's right. The Kia Sedona, starting under 18 after cash back.
And what's 900 King?
That's me. I don't lose.
Sports betting's illegal, but what we do is not.
The more they bet, the more we win.
They know everything about gambling.
Know these teams better than they know themselves.
All he does is pick winners.
Except when to stop.
Winning's a funny thing.
On October 7th.
You have to get out. He will ride you into the ground.
That's pushing it too far. There's no such thing as too far.
2 for the money.
This is dangerous territory.
Rated R. In theaters October 7th.
27-yard field goal by Clint Stitzer capped the drive that covered just about 60 yards in 7 plays, and that's why we're knotted up at 20 along with Charles Davis and Greg Sager. I'm Ron Thune. Welcome back to Auxin Stadium. The sun is just about starting to go behind the stadium. Just a little bit of sun on the field. The rest of it's in shade.
It's just gorgeous here.
Yeah.
It's just gorgeous. The people here are terrific. I love this place. You know, let me tell you something, partner. I could live here.
Live here. Every place. Stitzer's kick is high and wobbly. It'll be Patrick Chung at about the 5. Over the 20, trips up to the 22-yard line. Now it's time for the Fan Rant, brought to you by Kia Motors.
Nobody likes an ugly bulldog, but everybody loves a pretty duck. Go Ducks!
Have you ever seen a bad duck over a bulldog? It's not a pretty thing. Go Ducks!
Combination of fraternity and sorority. We have an injured Fresno State player on the field, number 43, Haji Lane, a sophomore out of Fresno. One of the many players that comes from the Valley. They have a That's one thing that Pat Hill wanted to do when he came there. He said, we're going to get kids from the Valley. 62% of the kids on this team are within 150 miles of the campus. And the Valley, of course, is the San Joaquin Valley. You can see the V in the back of the helmet.
And that was a pledge Pat Hill made when he took the job. Said we're going to win with the kids from the Valley. And there it is. The symbol for the agricultural community, the Central Valley of California. I lived out there for a little while. Great people, San Joaquin Valley. How about that? Agriculture Valley export dollars. But he said we're going to win with those kids. And 62% of the kids on the team are within a 150-mile radius of campus. So he has lived up to that pledge.
Absolutely. Clemens trying to pick up where he left off, and that was almost picked off. Should have been. Alan Goodwin in his hands, couldn't have it. Let's take a look at the leaders. Kellen Clemens caught fire in that second quarter. Over 200 yards throwing a football. Whitehead, not bad. 8 rushes, 34 yards. And, of course, Demetrius Williams had 7 receptions in that first half. 76 yards.
Let's see if the halftime helped cool off Oregon a little bit.
And they go back to the right. Straight ahead running. It's Terrence Whitehead. He picks up about 8 on the play.
The substitution for the defense for Fresno, and they make wholesale changes. Who's in, who's out. Oregon on the line of scrimmage, ready to go. Used it to their advantage. Terrence Whitehead gashed them for about 8.5 yards on that play. No head will help them this time there.
Brings up a third down and short. We'll call it 1. That'll be a first down. Whitehead straight ahead running. You look at this offensive line of Oregon, it is relatively young, but even the veterans who have been around a while, they're still considered inexperienced because everybody, including the coaching staff, learning the spread offense.
Brand new system for everyone. So the linemen learning where they need to be on their blocks, how to adjust to what a defense shows them. Running backs trying to read where the blocks are going to come from and cut off them appropriately. This offense will be really fine-tuned about midway through this season.
Ooh, Kellen Clemens looked like he was trying to force that in there. James Finley was the intended receiver. That was a very dangerous pass.
Well covered by the Fresno State defense. He tried to really thread the needle. But look at this. Clemens, as you mentioned, Brian, trying to put in there. Knocked away very well. The receiver covered. Great coverage underneath by the Fresno defense. It looked like number 28, Manny Sanchez.
Raymond Washington was right there, too. Clemens will just swing this one out of the flat for Whitehead. Sanchez on another stop. He's got 3 tackles already tonight. Pickup of about 5 on the play. And they call it at 4, so it'll be third down and about 6.
I think Terrence Whitehead, this is going to be his best game.
Oh, absolutely.
He's running free and easy. He seems to be in much better condition now after the hamstring injury. And no Jonathan Stewart, so he knows he's the guy tonight.
Clemens has the first down. He hustles, and he's got it as he crosses the 45-yard line up to the 47. Juan Dials tripped him up. Clemens says he doesn't mind running. He did it in high school a lot of times.
You always talk about quarterbacks being field generals. Watch him. See him pointing out. There, go there. Okay, I'll tuck it and go. And a lot of times we've seen him today slide to protect himself, but there he was running to get the first down. And he did.
One is Terrell Jackson, the true freshman out of Moreno Valley, California, Centennial High School. They call him the best move back. Explain that.
He has much more shifty than a Terrence Whitehead or maybe a Jonathan Stewart. They say he has the best moves. He's a solid back, not much of an inside runner, more of a speed shifty guy. And he's in there giving Terrence Whitehead a blow right now.
Well, you love getting 5 yards on first down. Clemens has plenty of time. Rifles the pass complete. Another first down to the 40-yard line. And again, it is Tim Day. His 3rd reception of the night. He had 4 coming into this game.
When we talked to Kellen Clemens, he said that this guy is coming out of what little slump he was in. So it's truly, Tim, it's a brand new day, isn't it? Because these 2 catches in the first half. Now there's another one, an excellent target. And I know there are a lot of NFL guys here watching this game. They're probably liking what they see out of number 85 in yellow.
A couple of 8. Clemens going deep, and they just had their wires crossed just a little bit. Demetrius Williams stopped. I think Clemens was expecting him to continue on down the sideline.
Yeah, it was a scramble play. Yeah. And in a scramble, the receiver coming back towards the quarterback to help him out. And what Kellen Clemens thought was he was going to fake there and go deep. and open up the gap. Miscommunication, but it's a good miscommunication because it didn't result in an interception.
Right ahead. Wendell Mathis got the first down. He goes down, and he does. It's Terrence Whitehead, I should say. He just carried some people. That was his best run, I think, of the night.
This is the Terrence Whitehead that Oregon fans are used to seeing. 1,144 yards last year. But the change in offense, he was hurt in the spring, hurt his hamstring in the fall. He hasn't really run behind the line and gotten that timing and continuity with them. That's just now starting to come for him.
Ducks his head, maybe picks up 2. Whitehead is now over 53 yards, and he's passed Maurice Moore for number 5 on the all-time career rushing list.
Number 31 and 38 yards rushing for Whitehead in his first 2 ball games.
There you see him.
That's pretty good names up there.
Yeah.
Now look at number 4, Bobby Moore. A lot of people would know him more as Ahmad Rashad.
Not going to say his name in the record, that had golden goalpost written right on it. Should have been picked off by Riley. Didn't get it. He had nothing but daylight in front of him.
Second time on this drive that they've had an opportunity to intercept the ball. The first one was number 10, Alan Goodwin. Slant route to 6 right there. Great coverage by Marcus Riley. He checked the first receiver in his zone, passed him off through there, realized the ball wasn't coming, looked, almost picked it off. That's the second time they've had a chance and unable to take it away.
Demetrius Williams need to play a little defense there. Dennis Dixon, a backup quarterback, is now in. And he's in the shotgun.
Clemens has gone to the sideline. Sometimes they play them together.
Now we've got a penalty flag.
Almost looked like they were setting up for screen out there. Wide receiver screen.
Ball, delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Now that's frustrating to a coach. You know why? Because you script something, and maybe you don't script, but you decide to use kind of your phantom Raider play. Let's get it out there. Let's change up something, and you never even get it off.
Clemens is back in.
See, it's almost like a wasted thing. You know, here we're going to try something, catch them, unable to do. We didn't even run the play. We look at that in film and go, oh, come on, guys.
It's a big difference between 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 12.
And that's why Clemens is back in. 3rd and 12, you got to have him in the game.
Whitehead is with it. Great drop over the middle. Has his receiver inside the 20 down to the 19. It's Cameron Colvin. The sophomore, his 3rd reception.
Depends on the spot. That was a tough one.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be very, very close on our Napa 1st and 10 line. We're going to have to take a look at it.
Because it was a good tackle on Colvin, not to allow him to get away. And according to our Napa line, he's a little bit short. So Colvin to come from the left side of your screen, bending into the middle of the field. Kellen Clemens delivers. Nice tackle there by Manny Sanchez, a 2-point takedown. He almost took him over towards the first down line. But I'm not faulting him, just an aggressive tackle. But he still looks like he kept him a little bit short.
That was the 13th play of the drive, and you can see what they have.
Oh, you can just...
Matt's eyelash.
Oh, my goodness.
Now what do you do? 4th down, go ahead, huh?
I think you go ahead and go.
Why not?
You really do.
I mean, you got to get your, that big body of Kellen Clemens at 6'2", 218 behind the Noka Lewis at 6'4", 296.
Remember how Craig Sager talked to us about the Fresno State offensive linemen being knee benders? This is where Kellen Clemens needs to be a knee bender, get low, and just get behind him. All you got to do is nudge the football forward a little bit. He doesn't need to break a big play. Just take the snap. I would put him under center and have the quarterback sneak it in there. He's big and he's strong.
Don't try handing it off. Well, Maloney Masoon, of course, is also 6'6", 340 in that right guard spot. Let's see what side he goes on.
For 3- and 4th down conversions, they need this one desperately.
3 tight ends. And they are going to hand it off. What? Oh, my, Whitehead! Inside the 10, 5, touchdown, Oregon on 4th and inches. Gary Croton leaves BYU, comes to Oregon, and becomes a gambler. How close was that? The extra point. Impressive drive, though, by this Oregon offense.
Very impressive. I love the fact they went for it. Surprised me with the call. But they sure made it pay off, didn't they?
Martinez's extra point is good. Break this down for us, Charles.
Well, it's a touchdown, obviously, but so close to it not being right there. Look. I mean, if you get it right there, if the tackle's made by Goodwin, number 10, but once he missed it, great running by Terrence Whitehead. He's feeling like it's 2004 again.
Now, I got to tell you, since I've been hurt and missing work, you've been a big help to this family. No, really. The cash we get from Aflac helps us maintain the house, put food on the table. And my Jenny continues with her piano lessons. Yep, this family's doing just fine. And it's all thanks to
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
You've grown so fast, I just can't believe how much you're changing. You still look like me, and I hope that we can fit it all in at our own sweet holiday inn.
Get beat and stay free. Relax. It's Holiday Inn.
What do you feel like tonight, chicken or beef?
Whatever.
Just pick one.
Want more variety?
Welcome to Chili's.
Hurry in at Chili's now for our new Triple Dipper Dinner for just $9.99. Build your own full meal from 7 of Chili's dippable favorites, like our famous boneless buffalo wings, new Chipotle lobster rolls, or our new hot spinach and artichoke dip. New Triple Dipper Dinner, just $9.99 for a limited time. Come on, live a little.
CSTV All Access. Listen to live games and view press conferences, coaches' shows, exclusive athlete features, and more, all on your computer. Go to CSTV.com to sign up. There's Whitehead's first rushing touchdown of the year.
A happy young man, isn't it?
Matt Evanson kicking off. He gets the new short, and this will be Jennings a couple of yards deep. It's over the 20 to the 23-yard line. College football on CBS, brought to you by Chase. Now you can earn double rewards on everyday purchases. Love the double from Chase. And by Aflac. Ask about it at work. Now we do have an injured player. And looks like Jamison is down, holding that right leg. 8:12 to play in the third. Let's check in with Craig Sager.
Well, most of the Oregon fans were celebrating their last touchdown drive. Mike Bellotti grabbing his defense, huddling together, stressing, we have to get pressure on the quarterback. The most important part of this game right now is to pressure Paul Pinniger. We have to put pressure on him. Let's see if they can do it.
Well, they have to do that. This is a big loss, though. If you look at that Fresno State offense, if you lose Jermaine Jamison, you're losing one of your talented receivers.
And you've already lost Clifton Smith, who was doing such a great job catching passes out of the backfield for them. Jamison is number 6. He gets rolled up right there, clipped on the side of the legs. Yeah. Looks like he grabbed his shin. Take another look. 6 right there in white. Looks like the knee of the Oregon player, number 13, Jerome Boyd. Rolled into Jermaine Jamison. Good sign, though, jogging off the field.
Yeah. Well, Fresno State will take over with 8:12 to play in the third.
And here comes the crowd, which is exactly what Oregon needs. Fresno now trying to put together a drive to take them out.
Oregon moving up. Now they've got 8 in the box. Vinegar will put it up. Crowd is to exploit it. Goes right over the middle. Another reception up to the 45-yard line by Joe Fernandez. That's his first reception of the night, second of the season.
Love this route that Joe Fernandez ran. Because watch, he's going to go up, and they've done the pump and go before, but this time, he just runs the dig route. Takes it in about 10 to 12 yards. Had Aaron Gibson turned and going as he thought it was a deep route. Came across the middle of the field, and Pinniger delivered.
About 18 of 19 games now with 1 reception. Dad was a pretty good player.
Swerving Mervin Fernandez, both from an LA Raiders fan.
3-step drop, put it around on the flat pass. It's complete. Pick up the 4 again, Joe Fernandez. Honorable mention all WAC last year. Led the team in reception yards. Aaron Gibson on the coverage, and they're picking on Gibson again.
Now, if you're the son of a former NFL receiver, you know a lot of fathers and sons go in the backyard. Yeah. Hey, let's go have a catch. Hey, let's go run some routes.
Yeah, really, your dad kicks you.
A little bit different, right?
Yeah.
And Dad's mad at you. No, you got to stick it at 12. Not 10. Get it right.
Probably made him a better receiver.
Hey, it's obviously paid off. He was the leading receiver last year.
Paul Williams now wide to the left. 2nd down and 7. Williams in motion. Here comes the blitz. Vinegar gets rid of it into the flat. Nobody there.
Receiver ran a different route than what he thought.
Joe Fernandez did. He went in instead of going out.
Someone was wrong on that play. Rarely does the quarterback end up being wrong.
Good point. Good point. Now here's a big 3rd down play as we're right at 7 minutes. They have been playing to their receiver strengths throughout the game so far. Need to do it here on 3rd and 7.
And because Oregon has quick linebackers, they don't go to a nickel package. Keep their regular 4 defensive backs in the game. Use Tua Taylor, 34, and Trucks, 84 as extra defenders.
Set up the screen, and they dump it off. Look at that Oregon defense closing. Haloti Ngata, an Outland Trophy and Bronco Nagurski candidate. This is a guy that squats 615 pounds, benches 505, and he can run.
And he worked on flexibility all spring, summer, and into the fall because he wanted to be able to get out there and run. And that's exactly what he did. Read the screen, came underneath, and ran down Wendell Mathis before he could get upfield to the 1st down marker. A tremendous play by possibly the best defensive tackle in the country.
Haloti Ngata, by the way, weighs 340 pounds, and he ran down a running back. Here's the kick. End over end, not much hand time. Takes a Oregon bounce. It'll be marked down at the 25-yard line. We've got 6:08 left in quarter number 3. Fresno State led at 1.17-0. They now trail by 7.
He's a computer science professor from Iowa. He's slightly distracted. And this is Take on Orbit, the game that pits other travel services against Orbitz.com.
Today's contestants need a hotel in Hawaii for under $100 with a golf course. Ready to go.
Hotel reservations?
Yes. Done. Orbitz makes it easy to find the right hotel at a great price.
Log on to OrbitZgames.com for your chance to be a daily winner of free travels. Visit OrbitZgames.com today.
Like the Bulldogs, the Martin Chevrolet team delivers the winning play. I'm Jerry Martins, inviting you to join in the strength of our winning team when you make your next car, truck, or SUV purchase. We'll make it happen. People all over the valley look for trucks like the Chevy Silverado and SUVs, including the Tahoe, Trailblazer, and Suburban. Catch a great deal at Martin Chevrolet, and we'll treat you right.
Want to get it together with a layered look? Bohemian. Chocolate. Flipping on the looks you love. At Gottschalk's, that's the G thing. How do you plan on celebrating Gottschalk's anniversary sale? Hurry into Gottschalk's anniversary sale, because getting your piece of the savings, that's the G thing.
The chase for the next Cup is on TNT.
The pressure starts then.
It's an incredible amount of pressure.
You know, I don't know if I've ever felt pressure like this.
You know that those last 10 races, you can't make a mistake.
NASCAR Next Cup racing from Loudon, Sunday at 12:30. When it counts, it's on TNT.
How about 4 of the last 5 possessions for this Oregon offense? The Ducks have scored. That's why they have lead at 27-20. This is an incredibly huge defensive stand for Fresno State right now. Clemens backing up, throwing, deep route. Williams can't get it over his head. We have a penalty flag thrown.
They may have negated an excellent coverage play by hitting Kellen Clemens upside the head in the pocket.
It may have been Tyler Klutz. And this will be penalty number 12. Well, they had their choice.
That's a tough one. I'm going to say from my perspective, they didn't hit him in the head.
Automatic first down.
That's on Jason Shirley, not on Clutch.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what he did because it seemed to me the ball was gone and they had the one step and hit him. I didn't feel like it was 2 or 3 steps. Did they? Was
it helmet to helmet?
I didn't think it was from what I saw. So I think that's a tough one, frankly, against Fresno State.
Now they called it, so they're going to move the chains. First and 10. Ball's on the 40-yard line. Closing it on 6 minutes to play in the quarter. Whitehead joining Clemens in the backfield again. Clemens is going to keep it. Looking for a block. Got it. Gets up close to the 50-yard line. They'll mark it right at the midfield stripe. Marlon Briscoe, his second tackle of the night.
Take a look. This is what the spread does for you. See those guys right there? That's the box guys. That's only 6 in the box. Normally you're trying to get 7 or 8 in the box to help with the run game. With only 6, Kellen Clemens has his choices. Hand the ball inside to Terrence Whitehead or take it outside. Look at Demetrius Williams. He was pushed first by Marcus McCauley, but he pushed back second and longest and held an excellent block on the corner and allowed Kellen Clemens to get upfield for the first down.
Kellen Clemens doing a nice job running the football. 49 yards on 10 carries. Pickup of 10. That was good enough for a first down. That adds a whole new dimension to this offense when you have a quarterback that can recognize that and run. Clemens throws another first down. Inside the 40, inside the 35. Demetrius Williams, who is having a banner day again.
And all those in green and gold who are wondering about the spread offense and guys who are playing on this team wondering, is this really what we want to run? Is this going to help me? They're becoming believers in Gary Croton and what he's brought here, and Mike Bellotti making the switch. Open space, Kellen Clemens hitting receivers.
On the ground. Down to the 25-yard line of Whitehead. Now, we talked about Devin Long, not on the Oregon defense. The Fresno State defense is losing their number one guy, no question about it, a guy that just makes plays, and he's got a motor in McIntyre.
Yeah, Garrett McIntyre, preseason All-America defensive end, one of the great stories in college football. A former walk-on linebacker who's become an unbelievably productive 4-year starter at Fresno State. Got hurt in their game against Weber State. That's him on the sidelines right there. They'd sure love to have him anchoring their defensive line.
Clemens going for the home run toss, and Williams can't run it down. Richard Marshall was with him there step for step. Demetrius Williams, what a night tonight he has had. 8 receptions, 95 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Looking for his 9th 100-yard career game and his 2nd of the year.
3rd and 4. I'd say this is another pass down for Oregon. Gary Croton has gotten away from the run game, doing it just enough with Kellen Clemens to keep them honest, but he's got to rely on the right arm of number 11, Shovel Time.
And that wasn't working in practice, and it doesn't work in the game. Lewis Leonard on the stop.
Great read by the Fresno State defense. A little bit of a low snap, and then they're trying to set it up with Whitehead. But great recognition. And number 98, Lewis Leonard, stayed at home from his defensive tackle position and brings down Whitehead. I really thought they'd take more of a shot downfield with the way that Kellen Clemens has been throwing the ball since the second quarter has begun.
Well, Martinez is going to try the 45-yarder. He's 2 of 2 in this distance. Good snap, good hold, line drive, got it. Martinez, who came into this game having made more field goals than they had all of last year, adds another one. And Oregon has outscored Fresno State 30-3 ever since the Bulldogs took a 17-0 lead. Log on to SI.com now for breaking sports news, updates, scores, stats, and more. For more on college football, go to SI.com today. Well, you know, we heard the Fresno State players last night. They said, we're going to come in here and smack these guys in the mouth. They were talking how Oregon was trash talking. We never read any of it.
Never read or heard that, but that's understandable because that's part of what Fresno State does. It's part of their persona. Because Pat Hill has been fighting for respect for so long. It's been their mantra. And give them credit. They've earned that respect around the country.
Absolutely.
One of the things he said to me I thought was very telling in our meeting. We want it to be okay to play Fresno State. And what I took him to mean by that was that when they go on the road to play, fans respect them and say, hey, that's a good game that we're playing, as opposed to, why are we playing a Fresno State? Right. You know, beating Fresno State means something now because they've been so good against the BCS in the last 4 or 5 years.
Now, the Oregon defense has played exceptional since giving up that 17 points early on.
Well, they've now started to fill holes. Remember how the running game was working? They shut that down for a while. And then an ill-advised pass by Paul Pinniger picked off by Aaron Gibson. And then on the screen, Haloti Nada coming from his defensive tackle position to run it down and prevent a first down. And the Oregon defense, since it was 17-0, has given up 1 field goal since that time. Give them credit for an excellent few quarters of football now. Look at that stat.
Oh, boy, that's telling. And I think one of the key things, who would have thought 8-9 years ago that Oregon would actually have to get up to play at Fresno State?
Well, that's part of what Pat Hill was talking about, going on the road and playing them. What he wanted was to emulate Florida State and how they built their program in the 70s, Miami and how they did it in the 80s, Virginia Tech in the 90s. He wants the Bulldogs to be that team of the 2000s.
The crowd is loud. Pinniger will dump it off into the flat. Jennings able to turn the corner, trips up over the 25-yard line. Anthony Trucks was there. How about Anthony Trucks? He is playing just sheer guts right now.
Yeah, I've got to give him a ton of credit because when I watched him come back into the game, and watch him, he's number 84, swinging out wide. See him? Breaks down, makes sure there's no cutback from Adam Jennings, and then meets him at the corner with the tackle. That's a big-time play on 2 good wins. I thought they'd have to take him out. Give him a ton of credit for a terrific afternoon.
2nd and 3. Wendell Mathis gets the first down as he goes over the 30 up to the 33-yard line. A.J. Chuatelia on the stop. That is his 8th tackle already. He has 23 for the year. You know, you talk about Anthony Trucks, too. Here's a guy that has a great deal of talent. Everybody knew about that. An incredible story. Spent time in 4 to 5 foster homes. The Hart family finally adopted him, signed her as an athlete. But the lights come on this year for him.
Yeah, he struggled through the first 3 years with a bunch of different injuries and other things. It's amazing as a senior how you focus in and really start to play. And he's having a terrific year. A sprained ankle is not going to keep him off the field right now.
Gets hit. Ball's loose. Snuffer stays down.
Should be down.
Yeah, I think it was. And boy, did he take a shot, and he was still down. That's the pressure that this Oregon defense wanted from their ends.
Remember how we talked earlier in the game about Kellen Clemens saying the run game was okay because he knew where the hits were coming from, but the ones he feared were in the pocket. And when Matt Toyena, number 45, comes from the backside and drops 295 to 300 pounds on you with the football, it's going to hurt. That kind of goes as a coverage sack, Ron.
Yeah.
The coverage downfield, nowhere to throw the football.
Toyena wasn't one of those smash-mouth guys on this defense. 2nd down and 16. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. Pinniger's got a wide-open field to run. Over the 35, just close to the 40-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out. That'll be about 3 yards short of the first down, 3.5. Kwame Ajaman on the stop. Our 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Napa. Of course, the yellow line is the 1st and 10 line. The red is the line of scrimmage.
Remember how earlier in the game I talked about what intelligent runners Kellen Clemens and Paul Pinniger were? But you also notice when they need to get first downs, intelligence goes out the window and it becomes desire. And Paul Pinniger was straining to try and get to the first down line.
3rd down and 3. 2:02 to play in the 3rd. Pinniger releases. Caught up midfield. First down, Fresno State to Adam Jennings. His 4th reception of the night.
Bunch formation. How they scatter there. Bear Pasco, the tight end, comes inside. There's Jamison.
Yeah, Jamison.
Jermaine Jamison, number 6, back from the injury.
That's his third.
Nice job setting up inside, presenting a nice target for his quarterback to hit. No movement by the receiver. Ball's delivered on time.
Fresno State now moving the football. Mathis looking for the block. Gets down to the 45-yard line. Picks up a 5 out of play. The clock goes inside of 1:30. In quarter number 3, finishing another stop.
What's good about this drive for Pat Hill and his offensive staff is that they have not gone away from their personality. They're still running the football effectively.
Right.
And because they're able to do that, they're able to throw the ball more effectively. So, he looks at the clock. He sees it ticking down in the third quarter. He knows there's another 15 minutes. No sense getting away. You're only down 10. Just need the defense to come up if the offense can get into the end zone.
Behrman moves over to the right side. 2nd and 5. Straight ahead running, another first down, and carrying a bunch of ducks is Wendell Mathis again. He makes such great decisions running the football.
And he's a patient runner because he didn't just hurdle into the line, took just enough time to make sure there was a crack. See Kyle Young, number 59. Here they come right at you. Kazarian, 66. Guy sees it, running with his eyes, not just his feet. And then, once he's contacted, power, power, power. Legs driving, drags him for a first down.
Has a couple of touchdowns tonight already. 1st and 10, inside of 30 seconds to play in the third.
And nearly even on the run-pass direction.
Vinegar, he wants it all. Going deep into the corner. Gibson's there. Caught! Where are they going to mark it? Touchdown, Fresno State. Paul Williams. "36 yards on the touchdown reception. What an outstanding catch by Williams.
And the reason this is set up is they're able to run the football. And one of the notes I have on my sheet here comes back from our meeting with Frank Signetti, the offensive coordinator. Remember what he said? Get your best players on the field and let them make plays. And in the past game, we want to throw the ball to the guys and have them do what they do best. And one of the things Paul Williams does best, goes up for the football and competes for it. They felt they had an advantage on the corner, and they exploited it.
Take a look at the end of the play again. What a great job he gets using that height of 6'2" on Gibson's 5'9" frame.
And Aaron Gibson wasn't in bad position. This is the second time today on a long ball. He's in decent position. But Paul Williams worked his way inside twice and essentially decided he wanted the football. And Aaron Gibson wasn't going to get to it. Nice play by Paul Williams to talk about the lights coming on. This is a guy they've been waiting on for 3 years, and now it's come to the front.
That's his first touchdown reception of the year. He had a great spring, best of any of the wide receivers in the Pat Hill era, according to Pat. He said this young man's got the tools. Has had a tough life, though. In 2004, his mom and dad died a couple of months apart, but he still just kept his head in there and kept playing.
And he has 3 brothers. I think he's one of 3 brothers that have played at Fresno State. And he's also the brother of Curtis Woods, a young man who tragically was paralyzed in a game while playing at the University of Washington against Stanford. Remember the year Washington went to the Rose Bowl for C-Dub? And he ended up, unfortunately, passing away. But this guy's seen a lot of adversity. And now it's his time to smile and shine a little bit. He's doing that.
Pat Williams trying to get his troops fired up again. They know they're back in this with 17 seconds left in quarter number 3. It's been everything we thought it was going to be, Charles.
And then some.
And then some. We've got 2 great quarterbacks. It's an entertaining shootout. Fresno State kicking into what wind is left, and it's a high, wobbly one. At the 10. Nothing doing. College football on TBS continues next Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern as the number 22 ranked Arizona State Sun Devils travel to Corvallis to take on the Oregon State Beavers. That'll be coming your way next week.
Yeah, Mike Hess led the conference in receiving last year, I believe. And Derek Hagan, big play, D. Haig, a tremendous receiver. That should be a lot of fun because Arizona State really likes to air it out. And boy, that should be fun. Corvallis, Oregon.
35 miles up the road for us. Now the Oregon Ducks have 9 seconds here in quarter number 3. They still have the lead at 30-27. A shuttle pass again. Goes over the 20, up to 22-yard line. James Finley on the reception. And that's the way quarter number 3 is going to end. So it's been back and forth in quarter number 3. We've got 15 minutes left in Eugene, Oregon. And it's a 30-27 lead by Oregon.
For all the years of dedication, nights gone without sleep, and lives you've touched, we exist to serve you. TIAA-CREF, helping to build the financial portfolios of those in the academic, medical, cultural, and research fields. Visit us online to find out how we can serve you. TIAA-CREF, financial services for the greater good.
Everybody's heard about the bird.
Announcing a whole new taste in pizza. Papa John's totally new Chicken Bacon Ranch. Grilled all-white chicken, hickory smoked bacon, fresh sliced tomatoes, and sweet onions with a new tangy ranch sauce. For a limited time, get a large Chicken Bacon Ranch pizza for $11.99. We deliver. Call now or order at papajohns.com.
Our new Chicken Bacon Ranch pizza. The word is better. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Whether you're running a busy household or a small business, chances are you have a lot going on. Well, there's one place that can help you handle it all.
Don't you worry about a thing.
The UPS Store. If you need help with packing and shipping, need someone to print, collate, and bind a presentation for your small business, or a mailbox where someone can sign for your packages, let the UPS Store worry about it. That's our thing.
Don't you worry about a thing.
The UPS Store, the place for packing, shipping, and a whole lot more.
I said, give me that.
Welcome back to TBS Saturday Night College Football, presented by Orbit. So we're set to start the fourth quarter. Oregon leading Fresno State 30-27. Both teams adding 10 points to the score in the third quarter. Over 800 yards offense combined, 848 to be exact. Along with Charles Davis and Craig Sager, I'm Ron Thulin. Our staff people working overtime tonight.
They're all going to be on the DL after this.
No, you're going to pull a hamstring on this one. Second down, we'll call it 6 for Oregon. Ball's on their own 20-yard line. Cummings has cooled off just a little bit. Now he pulls back. Over the middle. Knocked away. Williams had it in his hands, but Marcus McCauley was right there to swat it away. McCauley, look at the arms on him. It's because of that reach he was able to get there.
You do a lot of basketball, Ron, and how many times have you heard a coach describe a player as long? That's kind of become the lingo nowadays, right? Mm-hmm. It's exactly what Marcus McCauley is. Nice catch-up speed on the play and used his length to get his arm in there and bat the ball away.
It's a big third down play now for Oregon. Third down and 6. Cummings looking for some running room. There's no space to run. He is going to be dropped for about a 3-yard loss. Lane again on the stop.
He was trying to extend the life of this play and get it downfield, but as well as he's run it, I wonder if maybe he thought about committing and just going.
Yeah.
Haji Lane ended up running him down. I'm not sure he felt like he had the angle to go ahead and flush, so he was still trying to keep the play alive in order to find a target downfield. Unable to do so on that play. Fresno State, a huge defensive stop. They haven't had many of those since the beginning of the second quarter.
They've got 10 on the line of scrimmage. Here comes 2 of them. Dragic's punt. And they are going to get Fresno State outstanding field position. It barely crosses the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the punt, and the Boo Birds are out. Fans, now it's time for the Aflac trivia question. And the question is, every time, since 1990, what 5 schools have had 2 quarterbacks selected among the top 10 NFL draft picks? We've got a sadistic producer who would not even tell us the answer.
Well, I'm going to say Oregon would be 1.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Fresno 2.
Oh, boy, there we go.
Fresno State 2. And we'll get back to some others in a minute.
1st and 10, outstanding field position. Vinegar out on the flat. Jennings is upended right as he makes the catch. They're going to lose about 5 on the play. Aaron Gibson, a firm for the touchdown, came up to make the stop.
Give me some of that good zone defense. Because Aaron Gibson had the play in front of him and read the swing. Did not have to retreat any farther from his cornerback position. Came up and attacked the play. 5 on 5 equals a loss of almost 5. Nice play by Aaron Gibson.
In the 7-game win streak, Vinegar completed 67% of his passes. He has been hot. From the eye, they take Mathis. Look out, and he's going to go down. Darius Sanders lowered the boom on him.
Darius Sanders, only 1 year of high school football. But watch him coming out here. Right there. D'Artagnan Sheck, number 50, unable to get back and close the angle. And he ran around it and took down Pinniger. Huge 3rd down and a long way to go.
We heard Mike Bellotti tell our Craig Sager they needed the pressure. They got it. Now they need it because Fresno State's been successful on 3rd and long.
Look how wide they are with their receivers, trying to create some space for them.
They're down at 25 with 3-man left. Pinniger buying time, throwing it. It's up for grabs. It's going to be knocked away. Never had a chance. A bunch of ducks around that duck. Nelson and Tennessee were there.
That was almost a Big Ben, right? Hail Mary type of a look, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And a great job bumping one of the receivers off the route. Underneath. They knocked Williams off of the route, and that was the intended receiver. Made it very difficult. Good play. That was Kwame Ajamin, number 30, knocking him off the route.
They had 1st and 10 on the Oregon 41-yard line, and were not able to capitalize on it.
How about the Oregon defense? At the beginning of the 2nd quarter, they played awfully well.
England, who's known as a lot of hang time on his punch, hasn't had it tonight. That's not going to have great hang time. Tennessee at the 24. Even though he got stuffed, that's something you like him doing, isn't it, Charles? Instead of letting it go and bouncing.
I wish he'd thrown his hand up and fair caught it in that situation. But yes, don't let it hit and give up field position.
30-27. We're in quarter number 4 in Austin.
He teaches high school geography in Tucson. She's a mom, balancing work and what's for dinner. And this is Take On Orbitz, the game that pits other travel services against Orbitz.com.
Today's contestants need a 4-star hotel in Manhattan near Central Park. Ready? Go. That new Orbitz neighborhood matrix makes it easy to find the right hotel.
Next time, Orbitz.
Feeling excluded, left out. Think you haven't got what it takes. Think again. This is the Kia Spectra and the Spectra 5. Cars you can all get into. Everyone has the right to a 10-year warranty and 6 airbags. No one should accept less from the man. People, it's 2005. The velvet rope has come down.
The Kia Spectra at a price everyone can get into, starting around $11,500 after cash back.
23 trips to the doctor, 7 trips to the vet, 76 trips to the grocery store, 3 weekend getaways, 1 vacation with everything on it, 4 recitals, 23 soccer games, away, and back and forth to work every day in between. You depend on your vehicle for a lot over the course of a year. Make sure it stays dependable with regularly scheduled maintenance at your local Napa Auto Care Center.
Welcome back to Autzen Stadium. Our Aflac trivia question for tonight was since 1990, with 5 schools have had 2 quarterbacks selected among the top 10 NFL draft picks.
Fresno State, Oregon, Tennessee. Washington State.
I'll guess Houston and Washington State.
Washington State, that'd be Drew Bledsoe, right?
Yeah.
And who was the other one?
Ryan
Leaf, of course. Okay. Houston, Andre Ware, and David Cleveland.
Well, on 1st down, Oregon's going to keep it on ground. The straight-ahead running. Once again, that hurry-up offense. And once again, Fresno State trying to get the right players in. The officials holding up a little bit. Whitehead joining Clemens in the backfield. Inside of 12 minutes to play in the game. You can see the offensive production for each. Clemens has some time. Now he's going to be flushed out. Still has some time. Buying some time. Throwing. A little push off there. That could be an offensive pass interference.
Let's see how that comes out.
You can see the push, though.
Yep.
Pat Hill knows what it was.
He's hoping. He knows. I'd hate to see it go the other way based on my first blush.
Right, because Cameron Colvin did put the hand out. No, they're calling it on the defense. Oh, my, I want to see this
I want to see this one again because it sure looked like the push came from the wide receiver.
On the defense,
right
number
there.
24 for not playing the ball. 10-yard penalty, previous punt, automatic first down.
For not playing the ball?
I can't say I've heard that, but look at that. He's got his hands all over him.
Remember, there's no face guarding in college football.
No.
So as long as you're... If I'm Pat Hill, I think it's very legit gripe right there. If nothing else, no one throw a flag. They're both hand fighting on that play.
Boys will be boys, let them go. But Pat has a gripe there.
I'm with you on that one, Pat. Didn't like that one at all.
They're being penalized a lot tonight. Now Oregon just wants to eat up a little bit of the clock as they go inside of 11:30. 13 penalties, 130 yards for this Fresno State team tonight.
Well, this is where Fresno State has to take their attitude, which has served them so well. You know, everyone's against us, right? Yep. No one expects you to do it, and turn it on this penalty thing. They think this is one more thing they're adding to it. Let's find a way to overcome it.
Clemens dumps it out into the flat, gets close to the 50, up to the 48-yard line. As Terrence Whitehead is showing his pass-catching skills tonight, but it'll bring up a third down and about 4. You know, one of the things they have over all the doors at the Fresno State facility, play hard. Play hard.
Never a doubt about that. When Fresno State hits the field, these guys always do that. That was a nice tackle in the open field by Alan Goodwin. A huge third down again for the Fresno defense.
On third down, Clemens forces it in. Penalty flag thrown. It'll be right at the first down mark. The pass was complete to James Finley. We've got another Fresno State player down. Raymond Washington on the stop. Penalty flag was thrown on the near sideline. You have to think that would be a hold. Up an eligible receiver.
You know what's been impressive, though, about both teams? The way their receivers compete for the ball.
Yeah.
I think both teams have receivers that decide they're going to go after it. And if you're going to knock it away, you're going to have to make a heck of a play.
Nielsen, receiver downfield on the offense. Number 18 was covered up. 5-yard penalty, previous spot. Still third down.
Okay, explain that, Charles.
And talk about cover up. Probably had a tight end to that side, or you had two receivers there, and one of them was not off the line of scrimmage. Had both of them on, and if you're covered up, you become the ineligible guy. I mean, someone outside is you. And as many formations as Oregon runs, that happens from time to time. Am I on? Am I off? That'll continue to smooth out as they continue to adapt to this offense.
Bolden now wide to the right. Finley moving around. They run in the reverse. Here it comes. Demetrius Williams. Frick. Yes, Frick. Looked like his leg gave out right as he got to the line of scrimmage. Oh, it looked like it was going to open up and be a lot of yards.
But watch how Fresno State reacts to it. See, all of a sudden it looks like it's open, but guess what? Look at how many white shirts. There's Culver, 36. Manny Sanchez, 28. Haji Lane, 43. All of a sudden they were there. Great reaction by the Fresno State defense. And I think Demetrius Williams may have gone down as much out of self-preservation as maybe he tripped.
Probably. You saw that little black stuff kicked up. That's part of the turf. This is an artificial turf, but they've ground up like tires and rubber, and that's what you see bouncing up. Penalty's going to be against Oregon. You can see the turf, and this is an outstanding turf. Kind of a bigger crown, in other words, a bigger bump in the middle than a lot of you. You can see the crown right there. In fact, Nebraska shaved 9 inches off their crown.
And it's down to practically nothing. Most times when you see an artificial surface, there's almost no crown. But they're trying to sort this out. I think that James Finley on the backside of the reverse, that's where the
That's the first foul.
There's a dead ball, personal foul on the offense, number 18. That's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Down counts. The down will be 4.
And now Oregon will have to kick the ball away.
Okay.
Watch as they run this play, because this is Finley. Watch as they run it. Look all the way out to the other side, okay?
Who's up here?
Somewhere up here.
Oh, there it was.
All right, see how they start to get into it? Right there is where it was called.
Yeah. Looks like he got the second slug in.
Oh, boy, imagine that. The second guy gets caught.
Yeah, there's something new, isn't it?
If no coach has ever told you that in the history of football.
I know. Yeah, really. It always happens, too, and it's always right in front of the official. Now they're talking it over again. Both players look like they shoved each other, but it was Finley with the second one. Dragic is now standing at his 15-yard line.
And he sorely needs a good punt.
Well, luckily the breeze now looks like it's picked back up again. It died in that third quarter, but now it's not doing too badly. It's probably about 10 miles an hour. He's kicking right into it. You can see it right there with the flag.
And if I'm Fresno State, I feel like momentum's jumping back on my side a little bit, so I don't go after it here. I set up a return because you're going to get great field position anyway. Right. The last thing you want to do now is run into the kicker and give them another opportunity.
10 men on the line again for Fresno State. Jennings is back on his own 37.
I just want the ball if I'm Fresno right now.
Boy, they got close again. Jennings will take it at the 39 and drop it to 41. 32 yards on the kick. Jennings, I think, is saying I was calling a fair catch. I'm not sure if his arm went up or not. He's looking. Well, no, that's not enough.
It says in the rules, arm up and wave to make a definite sign.
Collegiate basketball, the explosive brand played exclusively in the Pac-10 Conference. Nothing but net.
It's unlikely your uniform will ever be retired, but maybe it should be. TIAA Craft, serving the retirement needs of those in the academic, medical, cultural, and research fields. Visit us online to find out how we can serve you. TIAA Craft, financial services for the greater good.
What do you feel like tonight, chicken or beef?
Whatever.
Just pick one.
Want more variety?
Welcome to Chili's.
Hurry into Chili's now for our new Triple Dipper dinner for just $9.99. Build your own full meal from 7 of Chili's dippable favorites, like our famous boneless buffalo wings, new Chipotle lobster rolls, our new hot spinach and artichoke dip. New Triple Dipper dinner, just $9.99 for a limited time. Come on, live a little.
Welcome back to college football on Saturday night. 10:01 to play. Oregon leading Fresno State, the number 25 team in the country, 30-27. Jackie Bates is checked into that quarterback spot. Aaron Gibson, the starter, is out with cramps, according to our Craig Sager, who's working the sidelines. So let's see if Fresno State works on number 19, Jackie Bates. First and 10 on their own 40-yard line for Fresno.
You know my philosophy on that, Ron.
Right,
that's the guy who hasn't been out there very much.
Wendell Mathis. He is going to be covered up before he gets to the line of scrimmage. Patrick Chung on the stop, his 6th tackle of the night. Craig Sager, what's the update on Gibson?
Well, Aaron Gibson's been on the sidelines throughout these last couple of series, coming over, getting fluids, getting stretching exercises. This is about the 3rd time that he has now had his legs cramp up. Right now, he obviously was working on very closely with the training staff, wanting to get back into the game.
Bates right here. His replacement.
It's 2nd and 10. Fager looking to set up the screen. Oregon is all over Haloti Ngata. Haloti. He is a monster.
And one of the reasons you don't call his name as much during the course of action is that he gets double and triple teamed on almost every play. So they're always occupying him. So he expects his teammates to make those plays. But right now he has to be mildly insulted that they've run 2 screens at him. The first screen I ran down, now you try it again?
You guys don't learn, do you? That is 3rd down and 14. The crowd is standing and it's loud. Vinegar's got time over the middle. Caught short of the first down by a yard. Joe Fernandez needed to go about another yard and a half.
Now, I know they want to think about this one as they look at the spot, but I would think I would punt it right here. It's 8:19 and counting on the clock, plenty of time. I'd want to play field position if I'm Fresno State. Don't make it easy for Oregon right here. You're down for 8, plenty of time. Your defense has played well the last few series. Kick it, see if they can hold him down there.
Well, Mike Lindley is known for his hang time. Last year, only 10 of the 44 punts he kicked were returned for a net of 27 yards. He's got tremendous hang time. Haven't seen it tonight, but he's kicking with the wind. And that's off the side of his foot. Tennessee's going to let it hit. Oh, my goodness. He's going to take it. Fumbled it, but he was out of bounds. 39 yards on the punt. With 7:44 to play.
That's exactly why I urge, not that he listens to me, but I urge Fresno State to punt the ball because of field position. Now they've got the ball. Oregon starts it at the 13. Defense has played fairly well. Lingo got more out of that than probably he deserved, but he'll take it.
That's right.
And so will Fresno State. Now it's up to the defense to make something happen, and Kellen Clemens to lead the Oregon offense.
Now 1st down and 10. They're telling the crowd to get a little quiet. Ball's on the 13-yard line. Clemens has 2 wide receivers either side. And they'll keep it on the ground. Boy, it almost took a fumble on the exchange. Shirley was right there. At the start of the game, we gave you our Orbit's keys to the game for Oregon. Let's update them.
Well, Kellen Clemens' decision-making run and pass game, I think he's doing pretty well. 71% completion, no interceptions. He's taking care of the football. Terrence Whitehead has come to the front today. 90 rushing yards, more than what he had combined in the first 2 ball games. Touchdowns, not field goals, because they had trouble in the red zone. 4 touchdowns to 1 field goal. Big check for the Oregon offense.
Lost 2 on that play. Clemens pass is complete. We have another penalty flag thrown. That'll be a pickup of about 4. Mike Bellotti told us that his team wasn't tough enough last year. They didn't make the plays when it counted. They had too many mistakes and too many penalties. This is the time to see if this team has grown up from last year's 5-6 season, their first losing season in a long time.
Well, I think we're seeing that growth this evening. And he said they underachieved the last few ball games of the season. And now got another penalty against Fresno State.
The pass being thrown, holding on the defense, number 27. 10-yard penalty, previous spot, automatic first down.
Juan Dials on the infraction. Pat Hill's not going to want to see anybody in black and white for about a week.
Well, the penalty was holding. See, in college football, you can bump the receivers until the ball's in the air, but you can never hold them prior to the ball being in the air. That's the distinction that the official made on that call.
14 penalties now, Pat Hill squad. Clemens has new life. He's going to run the action. He just ducks ahead as he gets up to the 24-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the play. Dials on the stop. Former state wrestling champion. 6-foot junior out of Bakersfield, California. Clemens has played an outstanding game. He's done the run well. He's dived when he needed to dive. He saw the open space, throwing the ball well.
Part of the decision-making of this offense. Knowing when to pull it down and run it, knowing when to pitch it, knowing when to keep it. I think he's done a terrific job this evening.
Keep it on the ground with Jackson, the true freshman. Maybe got about a yard and a half on that. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
Now, most of this ball game, starting with the second quarter, Gary Croton has been kind of wide open with this. High, wide, and handsome in running it. Right now, he's being a little bit careful with a 3-point lead and in the shadow of his own end zone. Seems to me that they don't want to make a mistake. There'll be some type of an option here for Kellen Clemens in terms of throwing the football to give him an escape hatch.
He's going to run it, and he's got room. He's got the first down as he slides at the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 9 on the play. Marcus McCauley was there to scare him down. And Lane is hurt. Haji Lane.
Once again, we talked about pocket presence a lot with Paul Pinniger. How about the same with Kellen Clemens? He knew where to flush once the pressure reached him. He knew where his escape hatch was, and that led him downfield for a key first down. Another great decision by number 11 in yellow. Excuse me, lightning yellow.
Lightning yellow, exactly. Inside of 6 minutes. Run is rolling, firing. Has his man down to the 35-yard line, complete. Kyle Weatherspoon, his second reception of the night.
You notice how the play calling changed as soon as field position was established that was favorable for Oregon. Gary Crowton went from being a little bit conservative to, okay, now we can open it up a little bit. I trust my guy pulling the trigger. I trust my field general. And on the move, he stuck a perfect pass to Kyle Weatherspoon running from the slot towards the sideline.
Well, Weatherspoon had a great game against Montana, had a couple acrobatic catches. Has one now as Demetrius Williams goes high to the right. Clock ticks away. Oregon on the march again. Whitehead. Yeah, he's got something out of nothing. He stops at the line of scrimmage, leans forward to pick up 3. Our 1st and 10 line is brought to you by Napa. And you can see how far they have to go, about 7 yards as we're inside of 5 minutes. In case you just joined us, Fresno State jumped out to a 17-0 lead. Then it was all Oregon until Fresno State tied it up at 27. Now it's 30-27, and Haji Lane getting his ankle work done.
You've seen Fresno with those wholesale changes in and out on defense, trying to keep pace with the Oregon offense.
He's on 2nd down. Out into the flat. The left of Ryan into Whitehead. He's got another 4th down. Still on his feet. He's got the money. He could go. Goodbye. Welcome back, Mr. Whitehead.
For a guy who wasn't sure about this offense after the first 2 games of the season, I think he's becoming a believer. And one thing I think that has helped him, it hasn't helped the team because Jonathan Stewart is quite a talent. He's not playing tonight, but he knew tonight that Jonathan Stewart would not be coming off the bench and taking some of these carries and plays. And I think that's allowed him to run a lot more freely than perhaps earlier in the season we may have been pressing with the hot shot freshman minded.
He accounted for 140 total yards offense a game last year. He's got 160 tonight, 100 rushing, 60 receiving. Whitehead has stretched the Oregon lead to 10.
Sam Keller leads Arizona State and the Pac-10's most potent offense north for a conference showdown with Matt Moore and Oregon State. Saturday night's all right. Number 22, Arizona State and Oregon State. Next Saturday, 10 Eastern on TBS Saturday Night College Football, presented by Orbitz.
You challenged everything that came for you, and nothing looked or felt or sounded the same way again. That was you then. And the great thing is, that's still you now. We are the personal advisors of Ameriprise Financial, the next generation of American Express financial advisors. Because a generation as unique as this needs a new generation of personal financial planning.
There's a change taking place, a wave of self-expression, and it's being driven by people with a vision to live life, not by some rule book, but on their own terms. Star Motorcycle motorcycles. We build it. You make it your own. Exclusively at your Yamaha dealer.
Now it's time for Tough in the Trenches, brought to you by Yamaha ATVs. And it's been the Oregon defense, Charles.
Yeah, a whole lot of points on the board today, but the Oregon defense from the second quarter on has helped change the complexion of this game. Haloti Ngata running down a screen, then Darius Sanders with a sack of Paul Pinniger, and then they try it again. Another screen, and Haloti Ngata inhales it.
Malani has almost 500 yards total offense for his squad tonight. Very impressive, 37 points, and they're going to try a little switch kick.
They've always worried about the kick coverage, and tonight it's gotten better as the game has gone on.
Jennings is stopped at about the 27-yard line. This is an offense that last year only got 38 points twice. They got it twice already this year in 37. Craig Sager, what do you have?
Well, that last drive was an 87-yard drive. Remember, OU started on their own 13-yard line. Now, any first grader will tell you there are what? There are 3 feet in a yard. Well, not necessarily. Not if you're Jeff Schwartz, the 6'7", 360-pound right tackle who had the lead block on that drive. He wears a size 19 quadruple E. Those are his football cleats. As for his regular dress shoes, where does he get them? He says, I get the same place that Jack does. Friedman's of Atlanta.
and where Craig Sager gets his shoes, too. Pinniger needs to get something going. Great pass and catch. Paul Williams. Outstanding reception by Williams, and it's been his coming out party tonight.
About him using his height and his size to stretch out and snag that one while still absorbing the hit from J.D. Nelson from his free safety position. Fresno State has to move a little quicker now because the clock is running. Under 4 minutes now. They're going to need 2 scores.
Williams with 5 receptions tonight. 122 yards. Pinniger now dumps it off short. That'll be a pickup about 5 to Matt Rivera, his 4th reception of the night.
Think they've got to move quicker, Ron.
Absolutely. 3:32 to play.
Hurry up that Oregon has been in. Fresno needs to adopt that and really move with a little bit of dispatch here. That clock continues to tick. It's a 2-score deal for Fresno. Have to score, get the ball back, score again.
Nick Aliota, the defensive coordinator, now rushing 3 for Oregon, and they jump it off underneath everybody. It'll be short of the first down or right on it to Rivera again. Anthony Trucks, along with Chris Vincent on the stop. And they're going to say it is good enough for a first down, so the clock will stop with 3:11 to play.
Good job by Fresno now up on the line of scrimmage because the chains are being set, waiting for the ball to be marked in play. Won't lose any time on this one.
Now the clock is running. Movement on that left side of the line. D'Artagnan Shack picked up just a little bit too early.
Remember, Darius Sanders came around his corner.
Ball start on the offense, number 50.
He came around his side for the sack previously. See where they're holding hands right there? You know why they're doing that? Because the guys who can see the ball, you're not supposed to move until the hand drops from the inside guy.
Did you see Robert Spencer wasn't going to let it go?
Hey, I'm hanging in there.
He says, no, you stay right here.
That's because of crowd noise, just in case you can't hear the snap count.
Again, they jump it underneath the coverage. A short game, getting back to the original line of scrimmage. Jermaine Jameson on the catch. Pinniger wants to get him going. The clock is rolling inside of 2:40 now.
They got to move quicker.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is time ticking off for Fresno State that they could use.
Still only a 3-man rush. Pinniger again, penalty flag is thrown. Pass is complete, short of the first down, still on his feet. Is Rivera again. He's going to be the leading receiver tonight. That is his 6th reception. And it's going to be a hole, so we'll count. They're going to bring it back. That'll be the 16th penalty for 150 yards unofficially on Fresno State.
Pat Hill may want a timeout to talk to his ball club. So I'm kind of signaling that from the sideline.
They've got more penalty yards than rushing yards.
I think he maybe just wants to talk to the official.
Vinegar, 408 total yards tonight. So he has had an outstanding game. College football on TBS, brought to you by Kia Motors. Kia, the power to surprise. By Chili's new Triple Dipper Dinner. Come on, live a little. By Yamaha ATVs, ain't nothing tougher than a Yamaha. And by TIAA Prep, financial service for the greater good. Well, the sun just about gone. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left at Autzen Stadium, a sellout crowd, and they've enjoyed every minute of it. The team got smacked in the face early on, going down 17-0. But the defense has stepped up. Kellen Clemens and company have stepped up, and they lead it by 10 over the number 25 team in the country, but not because of lack of effort by this young man, who actually went to the Oregon football camp in '98 and was voted the best junior quarterback.
And if he had not gotten hurt as a senior in high school, would have been a lot more recruiting attention for him.
Or a ligament in his hand, and everybody backed off except Pat Hill. But he's got 219 to try to put together a couple of scores. We mentioned 26-8 as a starter, 6-3 versus BCS teams, 4th straight. That hangs in the balance now. Oregon continues to rush 3. Vinegar throws it out in the flat. Caught, dropped. Into the hands of Jamison. Just could not complete it.
Remember all the deep balls we saw earlier in the game?
Yep.
Williams has created 2 of them himself, right? And also created a pass interference. But now, with a 10-point lead, the secondary gone to a nickel look, going to play a little bit deeper. The idea is to keep everything in front and not get beat deep by anything that Fresno throws at them. Keep it in front, let them make the catch and make the tackle.
Jackie Bates has come into the Oregon defense on 3rd down and 20. Vinegar looking, throwing deep, has a man. Caught at the 15-yard line. A circus catch again by Jamison.
And where did they go with the football? This is not a criticism of Jackie Bates. This is just reality. When you come into the game and you're the guy who hasn't been out there and tested much, they're going to test you. And Jermaine Jamison, nice play, got the better positioning, and went up and took the football.
He gives away 5 inches, Bates does. Vinegar looking, just dumps it off, incomplete. Just tried to get rid of it. He'll stop the clock with 1:56 to play. Bates in practice on Thursday as Tua Kelly is down. On Thursday came up limping just a little bit. We weren't sure how badly he was hurt. Didn't seem that badly, but Pat Hill taking advantage of that. And also the size of Jackie Bates.
He's just not being out there very much this afternoon. Hard to get into a groove, but 34 in yellow, he's been out there all afternoon. AJ Tua-Taylor, he's played a tremendous football game.
He and Anthony Truss have been outstanding on the defensive side. But it's 2nd down and 10. From the 14. Vinegar looking in the end zone. Has the man, touchdown, Fresno State, Matt Rivera. 14 yards, Rivera on the reception. That is his 6th catch of the night.
Been able to exploit the quarters look. 4 guys in the secondary kind of taking a quarter of the field, but because the offensive line blocked so well, they had enough time to run the back. Earlier in the game, we saw Clifton Smith get into the middle and make some nice plays. Now Matt Rivera circles in the middle, beats Brent Haverly, the middle linebacker, over the top for a touchdown. Fresno State, all important extra point.
No problem. We talked about the 3 Oregon wins, the last 3. The margin of victory, the average is 3. The touchdown again.
Rivera right up the middle and just circles over the top of Haverly. No one in the middle because of the quarters coverage back behind. It's not what they call a cover 3. We have a free safety in the middle of the field. He's removed. So if you can beat the guy in the middle, the linebacker over the top on a little seam route, bingo. Paul Vinegar did that.
Well, now Mark Bellatti's got to get the good hands people out there because with 1:50 to go, Fresno State will obviously try the onside kick, I would think.
Can't imagine not trying it here just because they blew a timeout on the last drive. You know, I said blue. Let me rephrase. They expended a timeout there.
Let's take a look at our game summary. Vinegar, career high, 418 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, an interception. 1,000 for the career high, I'd say. Clemens, not a bad night himself. 326 and 4 touchdowns. And Paul, look at the penalties.
Yeah, the penalty situation has been the big one. 16 against Fresno State. Oregon, 6. And you know that's going to come up in the post-game synopsis from the guys in red and white. But Paul Pinniger, you know one other thing he did tonight? A new record. He's moved into third place all-time touchdown passes. Second place, third place pass Billy Bullock. There's an onside kick set up.
A little chip shot high in the air. Oregon comes down with it at the 43-yard line. Terrence Whitehead coming up with the ball. Welcome back to TBS Saturday Night College Football presented by Orbitz. We have 1:48 to play. Terrence Whitehead got the onside kick. Fresno State has 2 timeouts remaining. Oregon with the ball on the Fresno State 44-yard line. Pinniger set a new stadium record, by the way, as far as completions, breaking the old one set by some guy named Todd Detman. I got to be careful. He's from Texas.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he learned everything he knows from his dad's son.
Heisman Trophy winner. One thing I liked, I saw Pat Hill. First thing he said to his guys, we've still got time. Let's make some plays.
Best field position for Oregon, but all they want to do is just run the football now as Whitehead goes over to the left side. And Pat Hill has to use those final 2 timeouts.
Not using one at this moment. I think he wants to wait till second down, apparently, before he uses it.
Well, they only gained a yard on that play. And the clock just ticks.
Now remember, as a running back, what is the defense trying to do here?
Strip.
Tackle the football. Strip it out, trying to make a play. This is where yardage isn't as important if you're Oregon right now as possession. 2 hands over the ball, cover it, tuck it.
They just get it off in time. Whitehead goes down his feet. They gang tackle him, and while they're doing it, the clock's running. Now they will stop it with 1 minute to play, and it'll be a third down. Stick around for the Dodge postgame report. Ernie Johnson will catch you up on all of today's action. Darren Elliott will give you a report from the Oklahoma-UCLA game. Ernie will update you on Tennessee and Florida, plus Boston College and Florida State, and no huddle highlights all coming up. Whitehead seems a little slow to get up.
He's had a big night, hasn't he?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Involved in everything. How about getting the onside kick? It's been that kind of a night for Terrence Whitehead, and I know his teammates are so happy to see him back in form. Running like the guy they knew in 2004. Mike Bellotti called him the Rock, which our offense was built on. And when he hurt his hamstring in summer camp, fall camp, that really set back the offense a little bit, because they weren't able to get the timing and continuity between he and the O-line.
Well, this will get you back in shape.
Oh, in a hurry.
You catch as many balls as he has and run as hard as he has, and Mike Bellotti likes what he sees, though. One thing Bellotti did, we look at the crowd, he challenged the crowd in the newspaper. He said, you guys weren't loud. We need your home game. We got to have you. He challenged them, and I think the crowd stepped up to the challenge along with his entire team. And next week, and what's ironic, we haven't heard one thing about USC. Number 1 team in the country next week, nobody has said a word about it.
That tells you about the respect that they have for Fresno State coming in here. They knew they couldn't afford to look past the ball club. They weren't at that stage yet.
Over 1,000 yards tonight between the 2 teams. Clemens keeps it into the flat, caught. The clock continues to run. Dante Rosario.
They're going to need to take the timeout because they're still running the clock.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if Fresno's aware of that. They think it's out of bounds.
Well, the official moved it.
You know, the official kept his arm waving. So if Pat Hill's trying to save that in terms of having the offense, see, right now he's upset. He thought it was out of bounds, I'm sure.
Well, the official kept it. As soon as the catch was made, the official was moving his arm.
He was right on the spot and never signaled otherwise.
Nope, and he was right there. The official did a good job, exactly what he's supposed to do.
See, there's the catch by Rosario, and he's down right there.
Yeah, he was not out of bounds.
So he just fell out of bounds.
Yeah,
The official right there on the side.
Yep.
The head linesman, Bob Guerin, right on the spot, waving the arm, never showed anything else.
Craig Sager, what do you have?
Well, Pat Hill has seen enough. He ran out of the out of the field, went halfway out, talked to the officials, ran all the other side, said he was out of bounds. They said no. Where we are, we had a better angle from the view to the play than where you are. But he obviously was not happy, storming around, went back to the other sideline, and he lost probably about 8 to 10 seconds before they called that timeout.
Good point. And the fact that he ran out on the field, they are going to shoot 2 technicals, by the way. Just thought I'd tell you that. But no, it's a good call. We saw it on the replay. Now, obviously, we got a better angle.
Yes.
His knee hit well inside the out-of-bounds line.
And the official was on the spot. And the good thing about it is that he made a definite call. He wasn't wishy-washy.
No.
He wasn't between, is he out, is he in? Right on the spot and waved it.
Well, they wasted, as Craig pointed out, they wasted about 7-8 seconds.
Now, how about what Gary Curtin showed Kellen Clemens, the confidence in putting the ball in his hands on third down. Now it's fourth down. They're going to go for it right here. This is it.
Fourth down. They got it, and that's going to do it. Terrence Whitehead gets the first down. That'll stop the clock. But that point is moot. So Fresno State cannot stop the clock now.
How about this offensive line that grew up tonight? Look at them up front. Monsoon, 77. 75, Jeff Schwartz. Anoka Lewis, 55. And Mike Bellotti. Yes! And Pat Hill knows he has to live to fight another day now. A tremendous football game. But we talked going into this game about the O-line and how young they are. They grew up big.